GPT 5.6 basically can take over all of our jobs and take over all of our life and is the best model ever, right? I think I'm kind of tired of watching every single YouTube video and like trying to figure out, is GPT 5.6 latest Sol thing something I should be using? And is the model that is currently released right now that everyone is actually using right now the thing that people were testing a month ago or more when people got access? And so I have lots of questions and I'm just really curious to start playing with this type of thing. So what I'm going to do here with this live stream is kind of use this time to play live with you. This is actually my first look at the entire model right now. And I think it's just fair for us to just start vibing live together. And other people are currently waking up around the world. It's currently about 9:30 right now in Hawaii. And you're probably just getting loaded, up after all of your work that's complete, or maybe you're on the other side of the world where things are just kind of happening and you're able to play with the models right now. I want to just kind of get to this as far as like what we're going to do today and kind of pull out our different cards. Because yesterday we pulled out the Grok card, and today we're going to pull out the ChatGPT 5.6 Sol card. So when you get started now and you update the ChatGPT app, they basically behind the scenes delete the Codex app. So if you had the Codex app installed, it's going to be removed, and they're going to put in the new ChatGPT app that will combine everything. I was a little surprised when I was like, stuff was happening underneath the hood and things kind of disappeared. And I thought, wait, what's happening? So now it's combined into the ChatGPT app. It took a little while for all the stuff to kind of update, and now we're actually here. And so it says keep coding with Codex. So you can keep the icon. I'm going to keep the icon because I like the Codex icon. It looks so cool. So we say get started. And then here we are back into our normally scheduled program. It looks like they've added this thing called chat. So this is just allowing us to do the classic chat experience. A lot of people here were actually complaining about that being gone, and now it's actually available here. So if you just go to chat, you can go to the chat experience, and that's kind of what's happening here. And so another thing I'm just kind of taking a look at is, the model. So we have 5.5 as my default. We can update it to Sol, Terra, and Luna. And so one of the things that I wanted to do here is I actually want to see if I can make, by the end of this stream, I want to see if I could just set it on a goal to see if it can recreate F-Zero. So F-Zero is like one of my favorite console games. And I remember playing this in an arcade distinctly because that's how I got into arcades and stuff. And one of the cool things is basically just a hover game, and you can play, you don't really play with friends. At that time, you're just playing with, your, whatever the bots were and so forth. But what I want to do with this is I want to make it so that it's multiplayer and that we can just play on the web. So my promise today is I'm just going to kick this off. I got about an hour and some change. And with the goal command inside of the new, GPT 5.6 and the new unified platform, I think it should be able to build this game and, come back with everything complete. It's not complicated, but it has a lot of tasks that you would have to hand off, like generating assets, understanding game logic, understanding a lot of stuff for long horizon tasks. This is a cool benchmark that I'm just kind of try to launch off and have it run in the background. And I feel like this is probably the best way to get started. So because we're at a live stream, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who's currently locked in on the stream right now. So dude, I love that game. Yes, Mr. Liquidity Trader Journal for sure. Oh my God, for the first time I caught a Ray live. Yes, it's really rare because it's currently 9 o'clock in Hawaii. I do have to be up at 5 a.m. in the morning here because I have the morning paddle crew. And also as well on X for those who are currently watching, yes, we are live at this hour as well. Big shout outs to Raul V. Marash, we have Veu Sterling, and also myself. Like I said, it's like 9:33 right now in Hawaii. So appreciate everyone's patience for, while we're kind of waiting to get this thing loaded up here. So yeah, let me catch up a little bit more with the prompt. So I'll show you the prompt that I have going on. If you go to chatgpt.com now, it says try chat or work. Work is when it needs more quick answer. And ChatGPT can gather context, organize the work, and create polished documents and slides. Okay, so yeah, it looks like work is kind of the extended version of chat, which is interesting. I'm not really sure of what to do with all this branding stuff, but it looks like they also have a sites thing as well. So one of the things that I have here is, like we'll also get into some of the comments as well, but let's go and see if we can make our game. So I'm going to create a new task here, and I'm going to just put it into a new repo. New project, start from scratch, right? So we're going to call this RF0, RF-0. So yeah, F0, so like, haha. Okay, so here we go. We're going to make this on our local computer, and then we're going to use the new GPT-5.6 Sol, and I'm going to select the, not medium, not high, not extra high, but ultra, consumes limits faster, right? So it's the smarter model. I'm pretty sure I just need just extra high or something, because I just needed to do workhorse stuff. It's not like complicated things that need to happen. And so I don't think I need ultra, to be honest. I'm just going to keep it on high, right? Because I feel like this is kind of where we're at. And the reason kind of why I'm doing this is because my co-host, Eric Provencher, PVNCH, actually wrote some documentation for this, and I think it's actually immensely helpful. And so happy to announce okay, no, hold on. He had a really good, so this was his recommendation and how he framed it in the documents. And so I think this would be really useful for us who are building today to try to figure out what model we should be using and like what specific things. So Sol is going to be for the complex, difficult, high value tasks that need extra analysis, judgment, polish, complex code. This is kind of what we're doing right now. For narrow a task, define what done looks like and keep the work focused. So I think we have to sort of define what this is going to look like for when it's done, when we're using the Sol model. And this is kind of where I'm trying to figure out what level do I actually need for this type of task, right? Choose Terra for everyday work that gets strong reasoning and tool use when you do not need Sol's full depth. It's natural starting point. And so for work that you previously gave GPT 5.5. And then Luna is just going to be for high volume tasks like classification, structured, and summaries and so forth. So, okay, right out the gate, I kind of low-key feel a little confused. Extra high seems smarter, faster, smarter. Oh, let's just do extra high. I'm so conflicted. So I'll just do high. I don't know. I'm just going to do extra high. All right. At this point, I think I should just YOLO, right? All right. But here we go. Here, I'm gonna give you some sauce right now. So in my usage, I have 4 resets available, right? And so that they expire, like this one expires in a couple days. And I'm just gonna go all in, bro. I'm just gonna go all in. You know? Why not? Right? I mean, I feel like with the stream, we gotta do that. Yeah. So the pronunciation of my name is B-O. Oh, Bo. Oh, Bo Sterling. My bad. Thanks, man. Cool. 9 a.m. in Berlin. Oh, yeah. So you guys are completely opposite time zones. All right. So fam, we have to be for the stream, for the sake of completeness. I think we're just going to go all the way in. I'm going Sol fast mode, and I'm just on a tear right now. We are on a legendary run right now to hit 1 million subscribers. I know, right? I'm not even at 30K, but don't look at that number right now. We're looking at a milli. So make sure you lock in, folks, because this is what we do here. We're going to build our empire, and you're so early right now is so ridiculous. All right. So with these models, we should be able to build our empire. I'm going ultra. I'm going all fast. I don't give a whoo. Okay. So we're going to do this. If AGI is here, it's going to be an ultra. It's a little extra, but this is what we got. Okay. What should we build in F-Zero? All right. So F-Zero is going to get full access. And I have a prompt that I'm going to give it because I was kind of thinking through what I would do today while we kind of wait. So here is the prompt that I'm going to give it, and we're going to sort of modify it on the fly, right? So the prompt is this. You're building a production quality multiplayer browser game. The goal is to build a retro SNES inspired hover racing game that multiple viewers can join and play live from a deployed URL by the end of the session. So the requirements would be Next.js and TypeScript, real-time multiplayer using SpacetimeDB if feasible. Yeah, I think that's what we'd do. Real-time multiplayer. Canvas or lightweight-based game rendering, lobby, keyboard controls, track with laps, player positions synced in real time, simple leaderboard, clear visual polish, deployable. Lots of extra juice. so that players can get power ups and can slow others down, similar to the way you can do things with Mario Kart and other games. Okay, so basically kind of like that, right? Deployable to Vercel. Okay, so the important is first create an implementation plan, then build in vertical slices, prioritize a playable end-to-end version before polish. At every major step, explain what you're doing and why. I don't know why this is here, to be honest. I don't know if I even have to tell it that, but I think this is pretty much it. So I kind of want to just test the model this way because it's a really simple prompt and inspired from F-Zero. A hover racing game that multiple players can join and play games. Okay. Yes. Okay. Obviously, it should infer that it needs to do the assets. And then I think I just /goal. So yeah, keep pursuing. Okay. So /goal has been set. We have full access. We're running on Ultra. We're running in daemon mode. We're running in daemon mode right now. So right now, if y'all don't know what this means, we're going to burn through my credits probably extremely fast. And I'm doing it just for you on the stream. I got 4 resets and I need to hit a reset in the next 2 days. And OpenAI may even hit the resets for everyone in general. So at this point, we'll see how far this one prompt can get us. I have no clue. And it's not really clear to me what I gain when I give it a prompt like this and select these different modes. So we're going speed, 5.6 Sol, Ultra. We're going to /goal mode, which is what you see here. We created a thing called RF0. Okay, the game, let's see, and named RF0. Okay. Requirements, and select the best game engine for this. See if you can do 3.js and use the skills for it. Okay. Let me see if I can get the skill file. I have it on my disk. I think it's in my Discord. Yeah, I have a Discord here. Where is the 3.js? Yeah, this is it. This is the skill right here. So this skill file should be it's called 3.js procedural dungeon. So I guess it's just like does rooms and things, but I don't know if this is the right goal. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we'll figure that out. I'm just gonna leave the model without this goal. See if you can do 3.js and okay. Okay, what else is important? Use ref tools and exa code MCP to look up docs. Okay, what else have we got? So we're talking about game engine. We're talking about the gameplay, the track with laps, keyboard controls, lobby room control, mobile. Let's see, mobile and desktop playable. Okay. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. This is everything. I'm gonna just go ahead and send this off. And then what I'm gonna do is also put this prompt in my free community, so you can probably build this alongside with me as well. So if we go to school.com, I have a thing called Start My AI, and then I'll just call it the GPT-5.6 Sol Ultra prompt. And then I'm just gonna paste this in here. So that way y'all can get this. So this is gonna be in updates and post. Cool. So if you wanna get this prompt, I basically just posted it in my school community. So school.com/start-my-AI. And you'll be able to get the prompt here. So I'm gonna put this into the chat so that way y'all can get this right now. Hey, good morning from Portugal. How's it going? I just realized it's like morning time and in all these different places. So yeah, basically what we're doing right now, if you're just kind of catching up on the stream, we have basically our cooking. We're absolutely going to totally cook. We're trying to make an F-Zero clone. And so the F-Zero clone will be called RF0 because my name is Fernando. And this will be a multiplayer game. We're going to put that in SpacetimeDB, which is kind of my fun database to play around with. And in this case here, I'm going to just move this to the side so that we can kind of see what's going on. This is much more readable there. Okay, perfect. So what's going on here is basically we're going to, this dog's going to be, you okay? You want to go outside? Okay. I have a doggy here that I'm kind of watching over her. She's right there. Hi. Hopefully she doesn't need to go outside. If so, I'll just probably let her outside. So what we're doing right now is basically we've kicked off the run. And so the run is going to try to build this game for us in multiplayer mode. And it's now kicked off subagents for us automatically, which is kind of nice. So it's doing this type of work. Let me go ahead and let the dog out, and I'll let you guys kind of read up on this real quick. Yo. Okay, this is really fun. I love live streaming and stuff. So as we see, we have subagents that have been kicked off for us, and we're using the Sol Ultra mode, and it's just currently in goal mode. So this is just going to keep going until it's pretty much done. I have no clue how long it's going to take. And yeah, this is pretty much our night vibes here. And so what it's doing now is it's going to take all of these instructions and try to figure out how to do everything. So it's going to loaded up our tools. And then it's got the whole thing about SpacetimeDB. I'm starting with a contract between the browser and SpacetimeDB because it's the highest risk, 1 room per membership and so forth. It has a connector state, and then it's now doing research, right? So the workspace audit was basically saying, hey, there's nothing in here. We should probably do stuff here. And the other one's now looking up the docs for SpacetimeDB, and then the other one's doing game architecture. So it's really nice, but basically this is kind of taking on its own vibe there. So Fernando, did you pre-made the prompt before we live? Yeah, I was cooking it before we went live so that I wouldn't spend like half an hour trying to craft the prompt. And then that way, while we went live here, I just kind of updated some of the text here. And then you can get it and make your own versions, obviously, right? I'm only on the plus plan. Subagents add up usage-wise. Correct. Yeah, obviously. If you pay for the pro plan, this is my first time. I've never used a reset. So I've basically accumulated these resets, and I have 4 available. So I'll have 1 to use in the next week or so, and then in the next couple of days, and then I have 1 on the 17th. So I can use them if I use my stuff up. So right now we're at 85%, and I haven't even hit my weekly limit yet. So we'll see if I can hit my limit at all running this goal, because this is going to run for quite some time. So that would be what's up. Yes, 5.6 Sol Ultra better than Fable. I don't know, to be honest. This is my first look at it, and I kind of want to reserve my judgment until I see some stuff finishing. From some of the YouTube videos I was watching, I think some of the folks were actually pretty honest about like saying, that's not going to be a replacement, but they're using them in different ways. A lot of people are even doing different patterns for using that. So cool. 8:44 a.m. Yeah, we were just kind of getting started, Maria. It's nothing too much. A late afternoon dinner time in Australia. So nice. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Ruled by Rubes. I see some familiar faces from the last stream. It's really nice. Excited to see what Ray will do with these models. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of messing around, and I think I'm going to do some more stuff. I'm going to be streaming more often. Right now I have a whole health goal, and I'm trying to get down to 10% body fat. I originally started, many years ago, and I was around 280 pounds. So that was like way heavier. Right now I'm around 198. So when I started this journey about 3 months ago, I was around 205 pounds or a little bit more than that, or 208, 205. And I was probably closer to 25 to 26% body fat. And now after the latest DEXA scan last month, it's 21. And I'm pretty sure I'm underneath 20% body fat now. And I'm trying to get down to 10. and it's been a really cool journey. My brother's currently 404 pounds, and I just got him started on this similar plan as of last week, and he's already down 5 pounds. And so he's just been really consistent about the nutrition. He's with me here in Hawaii, and it's not rocket science. He's actually leaving pretty full every day. And it's like he still needs to eat more calories, actually, which is kind of insane. And he's still losing weight, right? So, one meal of like 600 to 700 calories, and you have all the nutrients. You feel like so satisfied, and it's kind of a fun thing to kind of watch this go down. And I'm really excited about it. So part of me building here live tomorrow and the next days or so forth is I'm going to be trying to use these models to build a bigger platform. And I'm not just going to build the big platform at once. It's going to start with independent slices of things that I'm doing. And so one part of that you've seen me use on the stream, which is talk to a voice agent. That's kind of like the bonus part, but there are other parts that I'm doing, which is taking pictures of labels and doing stuff that I just want to streamline and make it an easier experience. So I'll show you what we've done so far. My brother has made this basically just talking to OpenClaw, which is insane. So with his meal plan stuff, this is kind of what he's come up with, which is crazy. Like this is what he made for himself. And then this is also like works on mobile. So on mobile, it basically works in this fashion, and he could scroll down and see and track his food, right? So he can go back and see what his daily progress is, what's going on, for the days and the previous days and so forth. So he can keep track of his like summer. We can go back to today. So you can see the progress of what's been going on, which is kind of insane, right? To see this go up and down and to see, what he wants. So all of his stuff is broken down. He didn't have to fill this out. All he does is just chat into or take pictures of things and show the scale. And then it just logs it into here for all of the stuff that he's eating. And then it kind of gives him some hints as far as like how he should, do the stuff with the blood sugar for what he's working with. And then here's like his breakfast for the morning or an egg scramble. You can kind of click this and it tells you how to prepare them. And so this is like a dashboard he built for himself. Sort of like, vibe coding it up and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I think this is really amazing. So yeah, this is kind of cool. I really, our first milestone for him is going to be the first 20 pounds and then 60 pounds. And, it's totally happening here. And I'm really excited for his journey. And I think, a lot of us can start to kind of do this type of thing. Health is really important for me because, it's a real thing. I think a lot of people have this type of problem. And for me, I've never seen my abs before. I'm kind of excited about all this stuff, and I'm really excited about trying to leverage these models to help me solve actual real problems in my life. And the late night stuff that I'm doing right now is more for, hey, a new model just came out. I want to have some fun. I just kind of want to hang out with y'all, see what you guys are vibing with. I like to play games too, but it's not my main thing. And I'm just kind of reliving some of my youth right now in terms of wanting to do things that I've seen before, but then remake them in a more modern and fun way, and seeing how good these models are behaving, which is really cool. So yeah, that's what's up. Braiders, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good morning. I totally feel your confusion right now. If it's AGI, it should know which level of thinking to use. Also, it should be one model instead of three. I get it. I think we're still early, and I think we're transitioning to that phase. It's kind of like the transition right now between autopilot and not. So I'm going to go ahead and let this little doggy in who's currently barking at me over here, and I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey, you went in the pool. Oh, no. Hey. Oh, no. Hey, John. Hold on, the dog jumped in the pool and I gotta go get her wiped down. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll let you see what's going on over here. Yeah. Oh my God. So my dog went in the pool and the floor is like wet all over the place with like pool water. And I had to go hand it off to my brother. But I'm definitely back, and I was just kind of watching. For those who are just kind of watching right now, um, obviously I'm in Hawaii, kind of, watching the dog and everything, and she was barking to us like go outside. And we're kind of building a little fun little multiplayer game to kind of get our attention away off of a little bit off the hype of what's going on. But I just wanted to see you in real time. Just my firsthand experience testing out the new 5.6 Sol Ultra model. And, typically it'd be fun to do benchmarks and have some fun stuff to do this. But, I feel like I'm getting tired of watching all these benchmarks and everyone do the same types of tests. And I'm going to be building live and be using these models live. And this is literally my first look at the model right now. So I just kind of wanted to approach it in that same way and kind of do a hangout, because normally I'm streaming from California, which is 3-hour difference. And it's 9:57 right now in Hawaii. So I get to connect with more folks right now in Japan, in Australia, folks on the other side of the world where it's actually almost 10 a.m., which is really fun because you're probably just waking up and seeing all the different videos on YouTube. You're probably saying, oh my God, I've been playing around with this model for the last month. But for those who don't know, if those folks who are playing around with the model, that was taken away from them for at least a couple of weeks while the whole Fable stuff was going down with the government. And so the model that they've been playing with and then the model that is now released has probably changed since that time. And it's really easy to build a bias for what you think a model can do. And so for me, I've never even seen the model. This is my first time playing with it. And so we're just experiencing this live. And this is going to be like a more realistic look. I don't have any special interests or anything like that. I don't really, to be honest, it's kind of nice not having early access to the models because I can't build a bias towards it. And I don't benefit from like telling you, oh my God, you have to go use it or anything like that. So this is kind of why this feels real. And I just want to connect with y'all and be in the community together. So I think this is really cool. This is where we're at right now. Let's see. Okay, cool. Let's just catch up a little bit with the comments right now. Or you've been up all night grinding. Nah. Yeah, here from the UK. Let's go. Aina Hyena. Let's go. Sol over Fable for coding. Fable is only trying to implement what we ask for and not checking the edge cases that may happen. But Sol has entirely checked for edge cases. So yeah, this will be interesting to see. I mean, you've been seeing this whole orchestration pop out from Sol Ultra, and it's been running for 15 minutes to pursue our goal. It's basically done a workspace audit. It did a SpacetimeDB documentation lookup. It basically figured out architecture here because I had some like very unclear sense of what the architecture would be using. So this subagent basically looked up for the 3JS with SpacetimeDB. And even trying to figure out how this code would look like, which I thought was really, really cool. So this is inside of OpenAI's new ChatGPT app, which now includes the coding part. And I think they're labeling that as work. I'm not entirely sure here. This is completely new to me right now. And this is kind of what I'm going through. And we're going to see if it's going to deliver or not. So now it's going to come up with some of these active subagents. I need to continue to wipe the floor because the dog literally just kind of went crazy on the floor over here. And there's like all this water and stuff over there. So yeah, because she hopped in the pool. And so it's late night. She was just barking to go outside, and she usually does that when she wants to go to the bathroom and do some other things. So let me get you back in the game. I got to wipe down the thing. And so I may have to get rid of this water bottle now too, because it's expired. GPT 5.5 is out of here. It's a end of life. No, I don't know. It's not end of life, but it's really funny how these models have changed. So yeah, I'm going to get this in and let me get back to your comments real quick. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's go. Not until it's sunset. What is he building, chat? Okay, so what I'm building is a multiplayer game called RF-Zero, inspired by the Super NES console F-Zero. And so it was developed in the 90s, apparently. And I remember going to an arcade and playing this. It was like at a pizza parlor somewhere, something like that. And that's how I got obsessed with the game. I had no clue about what platforms. So growing up, I never got access to like many consoles. I think the only console like my parents could afford, I think it was like a NES or something. But like NES had already been out forever. It was like, hey, we got like we could finally afford one or somewhere. And I appreciate it now looking back because you know your parents only have so many resources. And my dad was really focused on baseball a lot. So we were always playing baseball all the time. And so anything that money went to was always like the new bat, like whatever equipment, whether it was a glove, you know, like all that stuff went there. So video games were my obsession and I could only play them if I went to my friend's house. So I got it, you know, exposed to this game through an arcade. And I was like, I need to get this game. And it turns out, you know, it's on a Super NES. So I never had that console or anything like that. I wanted that console, but I couldn't get it. And so I've always like wanted to play Street Fighter. I wanted to play all these games because like, you know, even Sega and stuff, my friends couldn't get that. Or my friends had that, but I couldn't get it. So I'd always be at their house playing these games. And so I kind of have this old like nostalgic feeling to want to play these games, even though I never owned the console. And now that I can afford them, you know, it's like, it's a whole different thing, you know, but if I can rebuild them now, it's going to be kind of fun. And that's the impetus of where this inspiration came from, because I just remember having this cool experience of this like sound effects and the speed. And it was just a really cool time for this. And now to see if I can make it like multiplayer where everyone can play online and start to, you know, get a level and level up. I think it's pretty cool. And I think these models are definitely capable of doing this stuff. So we're pretty much wiring that up. We're giving it to the GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra and then just saying /goal, you know, go ahead and cook with this. And I basically have shared this prompt inside of my community. So https:// rfer.me/startmyai. So if you go in here, this is where I put the actual prompt, and you can then take this prompt and flip it and do it yourself. So these are what we're going to build it: Next.js, SpacetimeDB, canvas-based or lightweight-based game rendering. We're going to have all these different features in it. I said lots of extra juice so that players can get power-ups and can slow down others, similar to the way you can do a lot of things like in Mario Kart and other games. You know, it really kind of talks about some of the gameplay. Here's the important stuff that we told it to do. And then we're just kind of tell it to go ahead and cook with this. And so this is kind of where we're going with this. This is just me doing like a late night vibes with y'all because, I mean, as you can see in the background right now, I'm just vibing with you. It's 10 o'clock at night. You know, the serious work has been put aside right now. And the real fun is just kind of like, you know, vibing out with these models. I'm definitely going to be using the models for work, and that's kind of what I'll be talking about more about with the health stuff. So I'll get you more up to date on that. So fam, this is a vibe. It's 1 a.m. though. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. in Cali, but it's 10 a.m. in Hawaii, right? So this is what we're doing right now. So this is the vibe. Hadouken. Oh yes, Yaku. Yes. I don't care about hype and frontier models. Minimax M3 is number one hallucination with only 16% and is cheap token plan for the win. Yeah, Nick Diaco. I'll have to look at Max M3 again and take a look. What harness do you recommend the Minimax in? Because model harnesses really do matter. And I'm curious where you've been using it. Yeah. Keep it as a timestamp. So in 5 years, people will know you're old school. Yeah. Cool. Oh, heck yes. Yeah. Isn't it cool? No, it's not until sunset. New thumbnails are sick and creative. Yes. Thanks, man. You know, it's funny. I've put a lot of effort putting into thumbnails, and I have a new strategy. And so you'll start to see the new strategy rolling out. But what I want to do with my thumbnails, and you'll actually see this in my chats. I actually have a ChatGPT chat. So for those who don't know, I use Cursor to actually help me make my thumbnails. And so they get the first drafts in. And this came about from a movie idea because I was thinking about like there's so many model drops this past week, and I thought this feels like a card game. It's like pull out the best model, and then each of them have their own stats. And that's kind of where I was inspired by this. And I said, like, this is a picture I had first generate with cursor, and then I had me. And then I was like, just go ahead and like overlay me with this. And then this is kind of what it did. It does not look like me. It looks like some Indian dude. And I was like really big into this wizard cape thing. And then one of the things that I do in my prompting is that I will also do some type of scenario prompting. And the scenario prompting is kind of what really brings the enrichment. And you'll see, how do you go from this as a concept, like we've already done the second refinement, now to something that's more like this, right? So still the hood, still like this type of thing. But then how, like this still didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like directionally right. Like it's like, I think we got this here, but I really wanted to say, it says research Patty Galloway, what Patty Galloway would tell Mr. Beast in terms of how to fix the thumbnail. So if you know a little bit about this history, or if you don't, just even saying these keywords will then unlock a whole new level of like game for your thumbnails, right? So it does the research for you, and it's like, yes, he advised Mr. Beast on thumbnails. And so what ChatGPT does is they'll look up this history for you and bring this into the thing and then apply it to your thumbnail to basically teach you how to fix it. And so it tells us like what to do. And I just say, yeah, cool, go ahead and apply it. And it basically now makes it bigger and then puts these out of the way. Like everything, like as if you were to consult Mr. Beast and Patty Galloway in the same room, are now brought into this environment. And now you benefit from this. So this is basically the thumbnail that is currently for the live stream, which is pretty much true, right? It's like, this is the card that we pull out. We have so many cards in our hand. It's symbolic in a lot of different ways. And so for those who don't know, I think a lot in like visual terms. And so when I'm going for walks, that's usually what I'm saying. So I think about what I'm going to do for a live stream. And then I'm always thinking about movie scenes or things that I've seen in real life that could be really cool, that can convey the messaging here. So there's a lot of inspiration to draw from. And I want to start creating this anti-pattern of thumbnails, which I think are going to be much more popular and people will start to rip them. But we're seeing it here first. So I feel like this is kind of the way to kind of start moving. So all of this was created using these systems, and you can kind of see my thinking here for how we would be doing this thing. So all of this stuff is great because all I do is just, yap my ideas into it. And I was like, I want to make a F-Zero game, and this is kind of what I want to do. And then it kind of helps me with the prompting. I think it's actually testing our app now. What? Yo, Codex is testing our app live. This is sick. Whoa. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. What? Yo. I remember your channel since 1K. Let's go. Yo, this is crazy. Okay. So what's going on right now? Hold on. Hold up. The first end-to-end slice now builds cleanly. So we have, this is crazy. Hold on. If I go to localhost 3001, can I just play it? Create race? Oh, okay. That's it. I don't think anything happening right now. I think it just has this that is online. Whoa. Damn, this thing cooked. Let's see. Hold up. What's on? What are the changes? Show files? There's no files. How do we know what's in here? Okay. What does it say? The playable backbone is now real, not mocked. SpacetimeDB is running in a verified authoritative 20 Hertz race loop locally with room codes, CPU lap ranks. I'm connecting that state live with 3JS Race View now. And the key design choice is that the browser send only the steering and throttle intent while SpacetimeDB owns the position, hits, items, and finishes. Sick. So I'm moving into the browser verification because the game can type check and still fail at the exact things that matter, like WebGL startup, touch keyboard capture, room transitions, and real to client synchronization. And I'm using Playwright for the guidance pass. Whoa. I should also tell it, you can also use computer use. So one of the things to launch a Chrome browser and you can control it. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and edit message for testing. So that way we are testing from a different runtime. Okay. So yeah, I'm basically just giving it the extra. I'm going to steer it up and just kind of give it this additional information so it can kind of steer the gameplay. So this is pretty cool. Looks like the sub agents are kind of here. So it looks like it performed a lot of the work in a lot of the sub agents, right? These sub agents are kind of working, and I'm using this Sol Ultra. And so Sol Ultra has 353,000 tokens in the context window before it does some compaction. And this looks like it's acting as an orchestrator by itself. And these sub agents are taking on the work to get the work done that we need to have, whether it's a backend module. So the backend is going to be done with SpacetimeDB, and you can actually see it controlling my Chrome browser, which actually has the comments. It's like, this is crazy. And so it's actually launched a Chrome window here, and this is actually taking over and controlling the actual screen right now using computer use. So we'll see like an imaginary cursor kind of go through. This is crazy. I've been hammering on Fable and Sol, and now it's every time. How is it every time we come to your streams, you're in Hawaii? Like, it's that life right now, bro. Yeah. Oh, Neek Diako's using Droid. Let's go. So if you guys want to join my room, it's Localhost 3000. Feel free to connect up. What? No way. Whoa. Yo, this is crazy. Can I move? Okay, hit space. Okay. Oh my God. This is okay, the controls are inversed. Okay. I don't know. Yo, this is insane right now. What? Okay. Wow. One thing is you can try F3's droids. Remember to change the X high and JSON all modes. Okay, I got it. Crazy, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. This is insane. Oh, this is insane. So it's actually doing the testing right now. So it's funny because you can see the browsers that it's got here. It's actually got the comment. It's seeing what you guys are typing in the YouTube. And this is Chrome. So not Chrome. This is Codex. So Codex has $ computer use. And so if you do that, it's going to take control of your Mac. And it's like the most powerful at doing that. Yeah. Tell us to deploy Vercel using Vercel CLI quick and let's play together. I think I still got to hook up the Spacetime stuff. I mean, it's there, but I got to see if it's hooked up to my account. So that way we can play and deploy for that. And then I'll just put the secret in there, which would be fire. Yeah. I think it's almost done though. Let's look at the code. Sheesh. Wow. This is crazy. I can't believe we're doing this right now. This is insane. Like we're okay. So let's see. I'm just doing a quick inspection. Oh my God. Can I make this smaller? Yeah, I just want to fit this in the screen real quick. Okay, this is all HTML stuff, right? Global CSS. Oh my God. Okay. I think it's insane that it's still testing it. Yeah. How much usage did it burn? That's a good point. Let's see that real quick. So usage. So I still have 94% left, like not even 6%. That's crazy. And I'm using the fast, which is using 1.5x more. So I'm doing Sol Ultra, like, which says it consumes faster, and I'm going at 1.5x speed. So, and we've done 1,000. It's like extremely token efficient. I'm really glad that I actually went like all in and said like I wanted to go full beast mode on this thing. Damn, that's crazy, yo. That's so crazy. Look at these sub agents. And we spun up a lot of sub agents too, you know? Have them new models race each other in RF0. Oh, like have one model control the other. I'm on the 20X Pro. That's correct. Yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah. We've been running for 30 minutes. Like since this stream started, we kicked this off. And it's been running for 30 minutes and it's cooking right now. It's literally has control of one of my computers or one of my browsers right here. And then even the other browser is currently running in the same room, right? We're in the same room and it like, they're both running at the same time. This is crazy, right? So yeah, we're going to deploy this thing to Vercel and it'll be cooking. So yeah, damn, this is nuts. This is nuts. I can't believe it. It looks super clean. Sound on, sound off. Live grid. This is crazy. Yo, Sol is so good. I have 4 resets saved because yeah, same here. I didn't use anything because I just wanted to have my reset saved. Usage status has a bug. That number will lower it if you, okay. Well, let's see. Usage, 91% left. No, it seems to be accurate so far. I have the pro plan, but you can see it's triggering all these different states to like join the game. And then like it even has a state of what's going on in my Chrome browser with computer use. So yeah, playable background is real. So yeah, it has everything. Wow, what's going on? Oh yeah, so the game's over already. Okay, so I think it should be good now, right? So yeah, ran the config for the local. So it is running the SpacetimeDB stuff locally, and then I'll tell it to deploy and then also get that set up for Vercel. Wow. Let's go ahead and also, once the testing for prototyping, we should also deploy to Vercel and SpacetimeDB on the cloud. Let me know if you need me to log in. So I'm going to tell and steer the model. And so this has been running for 34 minutes. Yeah. So SpacetimeDB, for those who don't know, I'll show you real quick. Safari. It's basically the fastest way that you can get multiplayer in your game without writing all the game engine stuff. So I highly recommend it. And I'll probably give you a referral code because I think you get something from this. Let me log in. What's nice about it is it plays really well with AI. And all you have to do is just run this command to get it set up, initialize the project, and it's good to go. Tell Codex about this. Like says this folder is initialized with the basic this. I didn't even have to do that. I just already told it to just use SpacetimeDB, and it's already pretty much aware of how to do that. You can have the backend in Rust. I did a soccer game this way. So if you check out YeeBall, so I made a game in 12 days before Christmas, basically using Cursor on a $200 Ultra plan. And we did it in right around $200. And I still had room because Cursor gives you like double the limits and stuff. And that's the time that Opus 4.5 came out and there wasn't a lot of orchestration. So I was manually doing the orchestration in my head. And I live streamed every single day building it. And so here you can start a match and play with friends. And this uses SpacetimeDB as well. So when you're playing, you can watch, we'll create a match right now. So if you go to YeeBall and you scan this code right now with your phone, you can join from your phone as well. So I'll scan the code and I'll play it from my phone and you can see, let's join here. So YeeBall. And so this framework is super helpful or as like a sync engine, right? So you can have that stuff there. So I'm going to name my player, my player name, I'm going to name Ray or iPhone, Ray iPhone. And then it says join Anthropic. And then right here we have Ray. And then if you guys want to join too, you guys can join in on the game right now to play on YeeBall.com. And so the backend is written in Rust with SpacetimeDB, right? So, and then the front is Next.js for the, I think Phaser or something for the engine. And I could just say I'm ready. And so what's cool about this is like when I hit start match, rating for my iPhone, I got tap to be ready. Yeah, tap to be ready. And then I've joined. And so now my phone is also joined as well. And so what's cool is basically you'll see me roaming around. I'll probably find my way over. There are AI bots that are now live, and then they kind of interact with you, and you can kind of see me and my iPhone moving in real time. And then as I'm also moving too, you can kind of see what's going on. And then other players can join too. Oh, Mac Dre, let's go. Yo, what's going on? So yeah. everyone's playing in real time, and there is some lag right now. I got to figure this out. Oh, wow. Okay, this is really fun. So the goal is to basically get this working so that it is also working on, this is actually kind of hard right now. It's hard to do it on the iPhone, but y'all are playing with me right now. So I want to do this, but with the hover game, right? So like with F-Zero and basically make it so if I hit shift, I can sprint, which is kind of fun. It's like super laggy. Let me refresh. I don't know if it's my computer because it's trying to do, let's see, activity. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think my computer's dying right now. I'm running the Mac OS beta and I'm dying super hard. Okay, what's going on? Disconnect. Wow, the whole thing died, huh? So you could probably still hear me, I think, but you can't see me. So I'm going to go to this view. Hopefully. Wow. Okay. Houston, we have some problems. Nah, it's lagging huge on my end too. Your cam is gone for some reason. Yeah, I'm running the beta right now, and it's like kind of, it's. Let me see if I can fix this right now. If I select this camera, select camera A. Okay, as of right now, we're probably going to just use this camera. So like my big camera pretty much just kind of disappeared off the roadmap here. What I'm going to do is just replug it back in. Let's see. All right, I think we're back, fam. Nope. Cam link 4K. Okay. So now it's testing my game. Okay. So this is actually being controlled through Codex right now. So Codex is actually testing this. And I don't know what is happening here. Yeah. Sol took Sol out of your MacBook. Yeah. That's what happens when you're running the betas and stuff. So right now, oh man, this is such a bummer. Oh my God. Yeah. It intercepted my camera and it's gone. Okay. It's okay. We'll figure this out. That's why I got multiple cameras and things. I'm trying to get this working. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to close this for now. Okay. This has got all kinds of stuff going on. So start race, add CPU. So yeah, let me go back. The match is still in progress. Yeah, so this is SpacetimeDB. Let me see if I can, yeah, my camera died. Okay. I don't think I got Osmo Pocket camera. Okay, no, my camera's dead. Okay, so the only camera I got rocking with me is basically this guy right here. And I can't even select it right now as far as a scene because my whole thing's acting up right now. And so, yeah, I guess that's kind of what we're going to be working with right now. Is it working? Is my thing even plugged in right now? I think it is, yeah. Fresh. Oh, wow. Yeah, my Ecamm Live is kind of hosed. Okay, so I guess this is the view where I'm stuck in until further notice. So yeah, I'll have to restart my machine. So as of now, let's just kind of focus on what's happening. So we're building this game, and I was trying to basically set it in gold mode. It's been running for 42 minutes. And with the 42 minutes that we have on our hands here, Basically, it's been able to like basically render the game, and it's currently doing some testing. And so I said for prototyping, we should also deploy to Vercel and SpacetimeDB on the cloud. Let me know if you need to log in. Yes, I'll publish both layers in the session, the authoritative module to SpacetimeDB cloud. And so now it's actually starting, and they're going to deploy to Vercel. The main cloud is live at RF0. For the Vercel half, I'm using the deployment environment guidance now. So I'll create a fresh main cloud room from the Vercel URL. Cool. Not just a local setup. Awesome. So now I think it's actually just deploying the stuff to Vercel. This is crazy. Yes. Yeah. Look at that. It's now doing it. That's awesome. Whoa. This is crazy. This is actually kind of crazy. So yeah. So far I'm liking GPT 5.6 Sol. I prefer the model. Literally following my instructions gives me some more room to write precise docs. ML encoded. Thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah. I prefer the model literally following my instructions. Yeah, so I think that's what's kind of cool is that like if you have instructions, it seems to be very little for sure. Yeah, Sol took out the Sol on a MacBook. That's what's going on right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, as of now, it looks like it is doing some type of testing of some sort. And I don't know what else is going on. Let's see. So I think we're just deploying the Vercel. This is insane. Layout. Can we open in cursor? I'm just curious. I just want to see this. I want to see all the code. Let's see. So this is our app. The entire app is right here. So let me put this down a little bit. Okay. So our whole app is deployed. Is it? No way. Let's see. Check the URL about the browser. Damn. Hold on. Which one? Oh, it is. Oh, no way. Let's go play. Let's go play. Let's go play. What? Let's go. Let's go. This is insane. This is actually insane. This is so if you click that link right now, RF0, you should be able to join the game. That's insane. Let me do Safari. Let's see. I'm gonna go here. Ray. I'm gonna see. Let's see. Is there a race already in progress? No, I can't scroll. Join a room. And so this is my room. If I hit copy invite, can you guys join? I'm just curious. Like if you like click this link here, can you join the room? Yeah, because we could do 10 people live apparently. So that'd be really cool. Yeah, let me know if you could join the room. Click the link. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I'll try in a different link. Like here, right? I'll say create. Whoops. Oh, it doesn't let you join. The code says, oh, I see. Yeah, does it let you join? Oh, it does. What? Yo, no way. You guys are joining my room right now? This is sick. Okay, I need to resize this so I can actually join. Scroll. Oh, snap. Let me make this smaller. Start race. What? No way. We're all playing live right now. Yo. Oh, why did it crash? Why did it crash? Oh, what? We're literally playing live right now with everyone. Oh, it keeps crashing though. No. Oh, come on. This is so crazy. Oh. Yo, the game keeps crashing though. Is it just Safari? Let me check Chrome. No way. This is... Yeah, it keeps crashing. Let's see. I'm going to debug it. Where is that? Okay. Okay. I'm going to give it these screenshots. I tried in Safari. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Crow. I'm gonna go back up here. When I run a game in Safari, it is my friends joined via Vercel, and it seemed laggy and it crashes every few moments when moving during the game. Okay, so I'm gonna add that and I'm gonna tell it to steer. Lee Berry, right, man? It's Coriolis. You made me sign up for X. Wait, can't you comment on YouTube? Like, what happened? Yeah, it keeps crashing for me too. Bro, this model cooks. Also commented, also commands are not okay. Yeah, the commands are also backwards too. Yeah. The commands are also inverted. And I think for navigation. Okay. So I'll queue that up. So Sol Ultra, let's see how much usage I've used so far. So we've been running for 48 minutes, and we already have a deployed thing on on Vercel right now. This is insane. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I mean, the fact that like, okay, it took me like 12 days to ship a game. This is actually bonkers. Yeah, let me I'm having so many problems with my stream stuff right now. Let's see, ELMC MIDI. I gotta quit the MIDI and reopen it. Okay. We good? Okay, let me minimize this. Okay, cool. Wow. All right, so I'm having a bunch of issues with my stream right now, and I can't even get my camera back up, so we're gonna get one of them back up. What's happening right now is I've basically used GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra to make a multiplayer game. I love the Super NES F-Zero concept, and we have one called, instead of F-Zero, it's RF-Zero, because my name is Fernando, and this is going to be my multiplayer version. So as of now, Codex basically coded the app, tested it locally, launched browsers, was testing. In under 30 minutes, it did that extremely fast using GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra. It then deployed it to Vercel, hooked it up with SpacetimeDB and all that good stuff. We had, I don't know how many players, like 10 players playing at the same time. Then it started crashing. So I've given it some screenshots. It's currently in goal mode. So it's just going and going and going and going. And while it's going, it's also using up 1.5x more of my credits because of me. And you will currently see we have 79% left. So I had near 100 left, and I have a pro plan. I still have 4 resets available. So I just said, I'm going to go all the way in Ultra. We probably didn't need the Ultra effort, to be honest. But I just wanted to be super extra on stream, because what's the whole point of streaming if you're not going to go all the way in, right? So that's what's up. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So not bad. And it's now getting the crashes and fixes. Safari console pinpoints the crash. App is crashing or replace. So every live racer, the Safari rate limits at 100 calls per 10 seconds. I'm fixing that update loop now. So the crash fix now, always when the code changes, Safari no longer gets hammered by history. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Also commands are not okay. Yeah, at the right is left and left is right. Yeah, works on Helium. Yeah, you can go on YouTube, but I signed up on X and followed you and it said you were live, so I jumped on. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I noticed that X is promoting lives now more often. Let's see how many folks we have live. We have 194 on X, and then we have 41 on YouTube. 41 on YouTube is pretty good for this late at night. I like it. I want... Okay. Users are reporting that the frames per second seems really slow, like 2 frames per second. Can you look into that performance issue? I'm just going to keep queuing these up. So I'm going to steer... Yeah, I'll just let them here. If you use Playwright CLI, you can actually have /goal do iterative QA. That's actually what it picked up automatically, and that's what it's doing right now, thankfully, which is actually kind of cool. That's how I define route loops for debugging. I do the same with Codex, and I actually have a skill called Bug Review Board. And so in my skill, that's actually what it does. It figures out the runtime of what app you're using. And if you're using Xcode, it's going to launch the Xcode MCP and so forth. Codex now has much greater support for iOS, so you can build the apps and then get previews inside of Xcode. And so, inside of codecs. And so it's a much smoother experience now. I'm actually pretty happy about the latest changes for codecs because they made tons and tons of fixes here. So the ship feels slow though, still fun. Yeah, okay, so I'll say that. The ship feels like it moves slow and we should make it faster and we should make the course more complex. Okay. Basically what's happening with Sol Ultra is taking a Sol out of yeah, I think so. Mechanics are good except FPS. Yeah. More feedback about improving FPS. The game is very slow with 10 people live. Oh, try turbo mode in game with space. Oh yeah, that'd be crazy, right? Yeah, it should. Yeah. So this is crazy how it just keeps going. Also funny to hear all the testing and stuff happening in the background. I'm going to close this one for now. I can't believe it deployed it. That's insane. I'm going to close this too. So I think we're telling it. So this is cursor. What we were doing, we were looking up the code. Let's see. Where is the code? So here's all the code that's running right now for the app. So as of now, this is the app, right? It made a Next.js app. And this has like our page here for our F-Zero app. I'm just inspecting it. So our app is in the components and it has the stuff for the room. Here's the UI for like the lobby screen. Here's the actual game canvas. And here's the game canvas for use client. This is pretty cool code. This is nice. Okay, we have the F-Zero app as well. So what are we doing here? And then what are we importing up here? So we're using the SpacetimeDB React stuff with the reducers. And what else are we doing? AgentsMD. Okay. Nice. Oh, this is playwright stuff. Very cool. This is crazy. And then it's even got some screenshots of. And then here's the SpacetimeDB stuff. Let's take a look at this code. So this is just the public compact room state. Clients subscribe to this plus the room scoped entity tables below. Nothing too crazy. It's all in TypeScript. Okay. Oh, maybe I should tell it to change it to Rust. I'll just do it to Rust. I'll say, can you just do it in Rust? Do it in Rust, bro. Can you make the SpacetimeDB? No, I'll just leave it in TypeScript for now, just because it's already working. But yeah, that's what's up. Midnight Hazard, what's up, man? I really appreciate it. My main camera is currently dead right now. I really want to figure out what's going on there, and we're going to get more of that. I'm more of a blue shell kind of guy. +1 of the turbo. Okay. User feedback says that they actually want a turbo mode or turbo button because it will feel more fun that way. Obviously, we should have some type of gas for this so that way it feels like you can't be turbo for the entire game. Make it very fun. Up the ante in terms of juice. There we go. Where will it deploy if it builds in Rust? It would deploy it. I think it deploys it in the SpacetimeDB. They can run that stuff in Rust and it's really fast and really performant. The SpacetimeDB has a cloud thing. So yeah, let me go there. Let me log in real quick. I think this is doing some tests here. Okay, I'm closing the browser out while it's testing. It's probably messing it up. So yeah, let me log in real quick. I'll show y'all. Referrals. Join the Spacetime referral program. Yeah, okay. Let me log in real quick. I think I got it. Getting sleepy. Logging in. Continue. Okay, account with this. Please log in with GitHub. Okay, continuing. All right, cool. All right, so if you guys want to use my referral link, this will get you some credits so that you can try out the SpacetimeDB stuff. So, yeah, so this is the SpacetimeDB platform, and I really like the folks. They're really cool. They do some really cool stuff, and it's so fun for gaming. I think my favorite part is the fact that you can have all this multiplayer stuff out of the box right away. and you don't have to write that code. They're basically taking care of that for you. You can also self-deploy if you wanted to too, or you run this stuff locally. But when you're using their cloud, it's just much easier that way. It's super crazy fast. So yeah, this is great for game development if you're doing some stuff like this. So yeah, I think share your referral link. Every sign up will reward you some energy and a maximum of 100K energy. Upgrade to pro and earn up to, I think I have like a pro plan or whatever. I paid a whole bunch of money to get a bunch of energy. And so yeah, this is so far. Oh yeah, so WebAssembly is my YeeBall thing. And then the F-Zero is running in JS. So I'll have some work to do obviously, but this is kind of where we're at right now. Also view account energy. That's cool. So yeah, let me take a look at some of these other ones and see what they show. Sometimes when I click through, so this is F-Zero, and then this is kind of telling us how many usage it used, and then if there's any like kind of what transactions and whatever's going on. So yeah, if there's any errors and stuff, it'll show up here, and that's how we'll figure out like kind of what stuff is going on. Usage will be here. This is crazy. Yeah, metrics, tables, logs. Let's see what's going on logs. Error. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's nothing too much crazy going on here. Just create and join room. Awesome. Tables. What tables do we have? Item picked up. Race event. This is cool. Yeah, and this will update in real time whenever there's a race. Jeebus. Let's see. F-Zero.Vercel.app. Let's see. Can we see other races? Okay. Race again. Did we fix some of the gameplay? Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It did fix some of this stuff. It no longer crashes every couple of moments, but it's so slow. Oh my God, this is so slow. Oh my God. Ray clipped the plasma field. Okay. All right, let me exit. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got to up a lot of these things here. Okay, what's going on now? Okay, so it looks like it fixed it now for that one crash. The WebKit race soak pass. Okay, cool. The multiplayer is now confirmed in production. 2 independent cloud clients, WebKit and Chrome. Also, yeah. So I think what I should do is, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's going and it's still going. So we're still going for like an hour and a half later. Damn, this is actually kind of addicting. I know I can, all I did was /goal and all it's doing is just, it's reading stuff and fixing bugs. So, let's see what else I should say here. The commands are also inverted. Yeah, so I'll let it keep doing this thing. Everything is just kind of queued up as far as things that we want to fix. Yeah, C++, bro. I thought about that actually. What I want to do is I noticed that the SpacetimeDB backend is currently in TypeScript and they support a WebAssembly or Rust component. Can we look into that so that way this could be much more performant and work really, really well? I'm just curious to see how we can get some more optimizations. And right now the game feels a little bit laggy, but this should be within your purview to be able to do that because all the documentation is there for SpacetimeDB that supports Rust. Let's go. I'm gonna do that thing there. So I'm gonna just, let's see, what are we doing here? Yeah, so Codex is driving this whole thing, and this is kind of it. Can I follow up with this chat like later on in somewhere else? Let's see. Attach goal plan mode agents. Wow. So I can talk to a certain agent just by hitting the plus. And so, yeah, we're currently in the ultra mode. Let's see how much usage I've used up so far. 74% left, and I still have a reset. So I have a reset available for the next couple of days before it goes away. I have 4 resets available. That's the reason kind of why I went all the way in. I'm on the $200 pro plan. So Yeah, right now it's just running some tests using Playwright. And then, yeah, this is crazy. This is amazing. So if you go solo practice, it seems fine. The multiplayer lag was sluggish. Okay, cool. We need to prove these spaceship. Yes. Where will it deploy? Okay, yeah, Spacetime Cloud. Also not sure if I said I'm doing solo mode. Okay, yeah, I just saw that, sorry. It's 9:30 in the morning for me. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you're almost like 12 hours. Multiplayer mode is slow. How do you manage the cognitive load working with several sessions? I don't. I take breaks. I think right now there's so much going on, especially in the realm of AI coding, that it's good to take breaks. So part of the reason for me doing this stream is just taking a break from my normal day-to-day stuff. And I just kind of want to have an outlet to just kind of hang out with y'all. I want to use the model, and I find it really fun to play around with this stuff. And, making games is pretty fun. It's a really fun creative outlet to do that. And this is something that I've had in my back of my mind for wanting to build for a little while. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that, because I don't always get to do that. And, making games is kind of like a fun little outlet for this type of things. So yeah, as you can kind of see, we're kind of building our stuff right now live, and that's kind of what's going on. What changes on your wave prompt I've had major success with it to avoid regressions on a complicated project where one change affects many things and the documentation is heavy. What changes? Are you saying that like you're wanting to avoid like introducing more problems after using waves? I was just trying to figure that out. Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar, I have a repo, and actually I'll point to this. I'll point to this event that just happened that I was like kind of blown away by, and I was not expecting this at all. And so I think I'll go to my account. This is probably the best way to show. So this legend, absolute legend, came through, watched the stream the other day, and is like, yo, Ray Fernando is actually CRACKD. And he was, I guess, like blown away by my GitHub repo called Ray Fernando Skills. And so the skills file is rfer.me/skills. And so in here, this is kind of what we're talking about as far as like the skill, and it's called waves. And I have one for Codex, which is super fire, and I didn't have to use it for this repo, and I'm just really curious to see where the Sol Ultra model is. But using this type of skill like we did on our stream with the Grok stream, I started to see some emergent behavior in the model that isn't there normally, and you have to sort of bring it out. And this skill file allows that emergent behavior to show up. I see. Okay. So you're saying that the waves skill is perfect. I'm regression free. Just wondering if it will be fine tuning for the new models. I don't know if I will be, but I think everyone else is going to be fine tuning on it. It's just like, if you give the model this thing called waves, this is a technique that I have developed after seeing my first usage in Fable before it got taken away. Because I just assumed that the Fable model will never come back, given the extreme circumstances. So I took a lot of those techniques, and then I was reading some papers on kind of what all these types of techniques for agents. And I realized that the best way to take advantage of an agent, the real moat is around the verification phase. So you can actually check things off before things get handed off. And one of the things that I realize is that if an agent has a claim, treating things that are let me kind of reset that. So the biggest win for any type of agent, like orchestration, is treating everything that agent does as a claim, as opposed to like saying this is true and then kind of accepting that and moving on. Because you introduce more risk, you also introduce a higher chance of introducing rot. And so you can imagine if you send an agent onto a loop and you're just assuming the claim things that they bring back is true, and it's actually incorrect, you start to introduce like basically poison into your whole loop. So This is a way to really kind of specify more explicitly, is to just, start by fanning out some stuff, but also understand what you're going to do this. And so the first thing that it does is try to sort of decompose what you're trying to say or do. And in that first step is there's like that phase to basically reduce entropy. And so in that sense, you take something that isn't really well defined and try to like make it so that it's much more defined, and kind of split that out into different pieces of work. And that's kind of what I'm sort of considering as waves, and kind of encouraging the model to kind of be consistent about doing that. And so this type of technique makes the models actually work much more reliably. And it can make a model like a GPT 5.5 that is not that good at that. GPT 5.5, which is good at a lot of things, but it just kind of adds that extra bump to it to be more thorough. And that's usually what I saw when I was using Opus models, is that everything that would come back, you would think it would be true, and then it would try to game you to pretend like it was true. So in this way, it kind of really is a whole separate type of thing, that where the models have no contexts of like thinking windows or other things that's been happening to influence its results. So this kind of separates all that. And this is like, I don't know, next level. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. The waves are, okay. Fable loves the wave skill. Yes, I have to do in the prompt where he can orchestrate 5.5 and uses waves. Yes, yeah, you can even tell Fable is incredible when you use this technique, especially for research. Like I'm just flying with this thing. It's kind of insane, the speed that you can ship software using this type of stuff. So that's kind of where this kind of came from. A lot of other people have a similar sentiment. And so it's been really fun to kind of share the skills and people who watch. This is a 4-hour stream. It's not going to be a 4-hour stream today, but because I need to get to paddling and stuff like that. So as of right now, it says, you're right, the steering is inverted. Now it's fixing the steering. I have a whole bunch of changes that are queued up for the model. I have /go on. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up, and hopefully 8 hours later or something that we're going to have this thing completely done. I don't know how far done we're going to have, but so far I'm at 74% usage, and I'm not, it's apparently at 3 a.m. it will reset. So it's possible that this hourly thing will reset and I won't even be able to use a reset limit, but I'm going to basically go all out with the Ultra here and just keep going and see where we end up, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I mean, what are y'all feeling right now? Are you guys using the model? Are you having any luck with this like I am? It's been kind of fun to kind of build this way. So let's see. Applying the dependencies and doing some testing. I do a similar way. I first chat about the problem or research solutions or solutions and do research, then ask questions like comparing different outcomes before I can tell it to start planning. Yeah. 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 And if you capsule it in a skill file, you're pretty much good to go. Yeah. So right now it's actually testing this with the playwright. Wow. That's cool. Let's see. RF0. RF-0.Vercel.app. This is crazy. I can't believe this. Oh, I see. Go back. Hold on. RF-0. Yep, been running multiple sessions for the past few hours. Nice. Let's see. I'm going to do solo practice. This looks promising. Okay, this works now. And then I just need to go faster. This is crazy. They messed up the chat interface. It doesn't show the full screen ChatGPT work chats. Doesn't show the Mac app, but it shows on the web. Ouch, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fixing all this stuff as fast as possible. F-Zero was my favorite game when I was a teen. Yeah, man. I've always wanted to have my own version of this game. So it's kind of interesting. Like, obviously, we're going to make it a lot more faster and juiced up. But for first prompt, oh, I have turbo. Let's go. What is this one? Grav 9? Whoops. Oh, can you hear the sound? Let's go. Oh, it's launching the game for testing. That's wild. Oh, what the heck? Yo, this is crazy. Yo, I love this. I love this though. Oh my God. Yo, this thing is insane. Ion shield. Okay, turbo. I'm getting lapped, bro. Pulse jammer. Add weapon systems so you can blow up other pilots. Yes. That's what's up. Yeah. No, thank you so much. Yeah. I'll have to take a look at that and see what's going on. Yeah. Yo, this is crazy. Okay, return to lobby. Yeah. F-Zero. I mean, what do you guys think? Isn't this crazy? Like, I can't believe it's fun. I don't know how complex this game is, to be honest, because I only briefly looked at the code, but this type of game, well, the soccer game took me a long time because I had to generate a lot of sprites. Where this was just more polygons, but like it was 12 days, like showing up at least 5 hours a day plus, to get this stuff working. So what is one task that failed with GPT 5.5 that you want to give another shot with 5.6? To be honest, it's more stuff that I've given Fable. And that's just literally everything. I was even using Opus 4.8 in max mode for iOS dev. I kind of gave up on the 5.5 model after a while for doing Swift stuff. I mean, I just had to like create more skill files, more things to steer the model, and it just would not keep things in context long enough. And it would frequently cause more regressions than it did. And so now with this type of model, I think I can, like, you know what? Let's try to see if we can build an iOS app. Why not? Curious to see where things are breaking for you. All right, so I'm going to do another goal. Why not, right? But I want to see if I can hit my limits. All right, so I'm going to do another goal. I'm going to do another, for ML coded, I'm going to do another goal for you. All right, so let me just look at my GitHub. We're just going to go to GitHub. I think it's called Long Game. I'll figure this one out real quick. Let's see. ML encoder, you're our MVP right now. Your face looks familiar. Did I meet you at the AI engineer event? Let's see. Thanks, by the way. This is, yes, I thought I met you. Yes, I was like, yes, this is Alex. Yes. I just got my stream up and running yesterday for the first time. So got to get you on the show. He's working on some cool stuff. And I want to show you guys what he's been cooking, man. It's going to be really cool. The agentic harness stuff is really insane. Oh yeah. So for the things that I was looking at, where was I at? Dashboard. Sorry, I'm kind of half asleep right now, but I'm going to try to see if I can give it something that 5.6 couldn't do. So maybe this. Actually, it did do this. I could slash goal this entire plan. This would be really good. So this is an iOS app, and it's basically for the Canoe Club. And what I'll tell it to do is just go ahead and get everything working, but then we'll do the auth stuff a little bit later, right? I'm just going to tell it. I'm going to tell it to build the entire app because I just want to go to sleep and have this app done. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's build this one out. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Let's see, codex. No, see, when you type in codex, and now it goes ChatGPT. Let's go here. So it's going to keep testing the game here. And let's see, where are we at with my limits? 70% left. This is crazy. Where is the game? It's literally testing itself in 2 different browsers. So what's happening here? I'm using playwright skill to measure production rendering. Landing is, this is interesting. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna talk to prod. Let's see, demo. Where is it? So the perf issue is when we are doing multiplayer. So you can talk to the sub-agents just like I was doing there. The only reason why I discovered that is when I was hitting plus, I was actually able to see the different agents here, which I actually thought was really cool. So now that sub-agent is going to go off and do its thing. It's going to be like, oh yeah, that clarification matches exactly. So it's just kind of catching up. The main cloud is only producing 7 authoritative game ticks per second instead of 20 because the client has no motion prediction. So now it's going to figure out that whole motion prediction stuff, right? Cool. And then submit without interrupting the model. Sure. I'm just going to submit all of these. I have no clue what's going to happen. We'll see. Like, we're just YOLOing. All right. So let's go see if I can get this game created. So I thought I created this, but I'm just going to go ghosty and then come up with a new session here. Oops. CD workspace, ls, open. Let me just try Mokuhoe iOS. Yeah, I already have the iOS app. I'm going to try a different one. So mk git clone. I'm going to clone the same repo. Whoops. Mokuhoe. Mokuhoe iOS codecs. iOS SOL. Okay. So cd Mokuhoe iOS SOL. Okay, cool. So there's nothing in here right now except for this spec. And so what I did was, what we're going to do here is I'm going to unleash codecs on this. And so codecs will then build this entire spec for me. And this is a pretty complex like web app this is actually a complex phone app and also a complex like dealing with an actual convex backend that's going to sync up everything, right? So in here, there's a lot of different dynamics of things that are going on because what it's going to do is you're going to manage users, you're going to manage people who are invites. The canoe club needs a way to manage all the members who want to get on a boat. And there's things like, did they fill out forms? Are they registered with the club? You know, where do they want to go? Are they going to meet up on the beach? How many boats are there? There's going to be 6 people for an outrigger canoe. There's sometimes 4 or 5. You know, who's the person who's steering? Are they, you know, all these different things that they need, you know, member profiles and so forth. And so it's a fairly complex web app. It's going to look simple. And that's my goal, is to make it look simple for people who are 70 years old to use because they all have iPhones. And I wrote out the spec and have iterated with it. And this is kind of like this sort of second version form. And I'm just going to hand this off to Sol Ultra and just let it build it completely. This is something that GPT 5.5 just cannot really do. And I know 5.6 should be able to do this. It's extremely lengthy. You could see like the version 1 was much smaller and it was just a web app. And this was able to be done with Opus. This GPT 5.5 really struggled with this. And especially with design and stuff, it was just horrible. So let's go ahead and point it to this folder and then see what ends up happening. And then what I'm going to do is just going to go to sleep. And then tomorrow's stream, we're going to catch up a little bit and see how everything's been doing. So as of now, we basically have the model working on our multiplayer game. And it says, yes, Rust and WebAssembly is a strong fit for authoritative simulation, but the evidence already points to a bigger culprit than TypeScript alone. Production is advancing at roughly 7 ticks per second, while game assumes 20. Abandoned rooms keep consuming. Okay, so this has already done some research here, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. So let's go ahead and start a new task in Codex. So you can select work or Codex. I have no clue what they do. And we're going to start a new project, or we're going to use an existing folder, and we're going to go to workspace. We're going to go to our Sol. And I'm just going to do, so for this task here, since we're going to build the iOS app, we're still going to use the Ultra model, and we're going to use fast. Technically, I shouldn't need to use fast because I'm going to go to sleep, but I don't think that matters because I have so much usage left. 55% left. I might burn through it. You know, it's going to reset at 3. Yeah. Okay. I still have resets available. Okay. Let me just do non-fast because I'll just do standard. It's going to take a little bit longer, but that's okay. /goal. And I'm going to do at files or folders. And it's this one here. Whoops. Files. Yeah, it's this one. At Mokuhoe. Okay. I've attached the spec. I want you to read through it and just go ahead and build this entire thing so that it works for iOS and has convex and everything integrated. As of now, since this task is going to happen at night and you're going to do things independently, I won't be able to give you all the environment variables and stuff that you need to bootstrap yourself. But you should be able to kick off convex and get a build going and then maybe kind of walk through and get stuff set up. I realize that you may also need to use computer use to see if you can get stuff going. So feel free to leverage that as well. $ computer use. No, I don't want to give it computer use right now. Okay. So I'm just telling it to convex. As of now, yeah, basically telling it that you should be able to kick off convex. No, okay. I won't. As of now, this task is going to happen at night and you're going to do things independently. I won't be able to give you all the environment variables and stuff that you need to bootstrap yourself. Build as much as you can. And when I wake up in the morning, hopefully most of the code will be complete, and then I'll insert all the variables and stuff that you need by you giving me a list of what I need to do. And then I'll run the app and then we'll kind of continue from there. So you should be able to keep track of things and also be able to use the Xcode build MCPs. I want this to support iOS 26 and later. There's a lot of skills that are hooked up that I want you to leverage on here for iOS 26, and you'll be able to see them in your directories. So make sure you incorporate them because I want to use Glass and all that stuff, and make sure that we're meeting those specs for our users. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so we're using Sol Ultra, and then we're just going to send it off on this goal. So hopefully we'll have an iOS app, we'll have a convex for the backend, and this will be done for the Canoe Club. So we're building 2 apps at once right now. We're building a game, and we're actually building something for the Canoe Club so that they can use it. And it's a fairly complex spec. There's a lot going on. I've been not avoiding building it, but I've just kind of put it off to the side. And I try to build this with Grok, and it got some of the first parts ready, but I'm just super curious to see what Sol is going to do because I'm already pretty impressed with Ultra for these longer running workhorse type of tasks. And I love the fact that the model's spending way more time in goal mode to make sure that it just keeps going to make sure everything's correct. And one of the fun parts is that we were able to test the video game live on our stream, and all the feedback that you gave me, I just threw it into the model. And then it's now steering and helping us out to accomplish that task. So that's going to be really cool. And I can see how people can burn tokens super fast. Let's see where we're at with our usage. 51% left. This is crazy. So yeah, let me catch up on the stream right now real quick. Let's see what's going on. I'm a little bit behind on the chat, so let's go see. Give computer use and go to sleep. No! Bro, yeah, this computer will end up on eBay, bro. It's like... is it not quite tiring to wait for it to finish? I go to sleep. Yeah. I have not configured waves for Sol yet, but I will soon. What are the best mode? I'm down to 40% weekly usage using Sol Ultra. Today's first day on the platoon. Bro. Okay, so I could see how you're down so fast because I'm almost there too, right? So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I use fast for interactive sessions and regular sessions for overnight. That makes sense. Considering opportunity costs, it's how I can optimize my time during the day. That's right. That's right. I like that. Yeah, handing off to cloud is really cool. You need to learn to use Git work trees and parallel execution. That's next level stuff that I'll definitely get going because that's how you can just ship a lot of features. And Lee Barry he's in my Discord. He's been just crushing it. And he has a crazy advanced workflow that a lot of these like level 8 Amazon people have. But beyond that, he's been on this for like the last year. And he's like way ahead of his time right now. So definitely check him out. He's in the community. It's telling AI that task is going to happen at night matter. It does because it adds context saying that I won't be available. So it makes decisions for me. That's what I'm assuming it does. I don't know. It should have a soul, right? I find Sol Ultra to be interesting that OpenAI made an endpoint for subagents rather than a single model. Huh. That's an interesting thing too, right? Yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear more about that. Let's see. Sol, yes, Sol definitely burns tokens. Yeah, as a plus user, the usage limit is training quite fast on Sol High. Interesting. Yeah. So, okay, the way that you want to think about it is you use Sol for things that are just not really. So, like, I have a really well-defined spec. I probably can get away with Terra on this one. And giving Sol Ultra, because my spec is so well-defined, it could be a little extra for this type of thing. But I'm hoping that some of the subagent stuff that he kicked off here are going to be useful for, like sending these guys to work, right? So a lot of the stuff isn't really well defined in the spec, like what clerk is and how it's going to integrate with convex. And so I'm hoping that, these subagents are going to take advantage of that, Sol Ultra and do the diligence that they need to do to make sure the implementations are working correctly instead of like making the assumptions. So that's kind of why I gave it the bigger hammer there. So this is going to be running. So we have a couple different tasks running. Curious to see how my game is doing. So we have tasks and then we have chats here. So here's the multiplayer game. It looks like it's still going. Where are we at with this? I use nothing but Sol Ultra. I still have 2 reset limits. Damn. That's what's up. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so the Rust vertical slice now compiles. Oh, yo, we've written the whole backend with Rust. Let's go. Yo, you cannot play. Okay, you cannot like accidentally type something in the codex because it's gonna literally do that. Let's just change it from TypeScript to Rust, just like in one shot, bro. Here we go. It's like I'm isolating this as a Rust staging module so that the live TypeScript backend stays untouched. All first map the existing schema reducer. Bro is a beast right now. Oh my God, this is insane. So it's like not only is it doing that, but it's literally testing everything at the same time. So this is my favorite part. It just does that, right? The implementation plan is now locked around playable vertical slice. So capture the current cloud tick baseline and then build a separate WebAssembly SpacetimeDB module per room schedules and abandoned room cleanup, and then the turbo charging draining across keyboard, and then reduce. It's just going to fix everything. Soak test 10 players. So, dang. Is the code already in right now? Whoa. This may already be working for us. The whole time that we were getting our iOS app and running, this thing's already finishing it up. Dang. Adding a turbo overheat evaluator. This is crazy. Oh, we have a whole architecture doc. There's a migration that's going to follow to do the whole Rust migration with the topology. Oh my goodness. Yo, GPT 5.6 Sol. Okay. Right now, low key, I thought I was going into a lot of hype. Like I had a low bar. After coming from GPT 5.5, I like the 5.5 model for getting stuff done, but I kind of had a low bar. I didn't know what to expect. This is my first look at the model, if you're wondering. I know I've been in the same room with Sam Altman for the GPT 5.5 again on Cinco de Mayo. And what's kind of fun is that I did not get early access to the model, and I'm actually very thankful for that because I like looking at things live with you in real time so that my reaction is as natural as what it is right now, right? Like first of all, I'm not an actor and I don't like to pretend or anything. I just will tell you, like, if I got access, then, you wouldn't see the excitement I have. So like part of seeing the model for what it is that excitement you get. Like literally when we were all playing live, it's kind of crazy. But right now it's like literally doing a rewrite and it's going crazy. So SpacetimeDB, and then we have SpacetimeDB Rust. Dang, bro, this is ridiculous. So there's a deployment and rollback. So like build and test locally and generate the bindings and then publish without the delete data and then generate the, so it's got the whole plan. I can't believe it's doing this because I remember building our soccer game, and even our soccer game isn't that performant right now. At that time was GPT 5.1, and it took me 12 days. It took me 12 days before Christmas to build the whole thing with GPT 5.1 and then Opus 4.5 when that came out in November or December timeframe. And now we just have /goal and codex, and it's with Sol Ultra, and it's just doing it all. Like each of these steps were literally different chats I had to launch, keep handing off and doing stuff into. And now I just give it a goal and it's going. Sheesh, bro. This is crazy. I kind of like this though. Do not DM me Discord, post in main channel. I will respond. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Wassim boy. Yes, sir. Let's go Rust. Oh yeah. So the skills are actually in my skills repo. So if you haven't had a chance, rfer.me/skills. rfer.me/skills. So in here, you can actually bootstrap yourself into the skill files that you need. So the skills, if you click that link there, from here, you'll see that I have a bootstrap iOS. So in here, you just, once you could like an npx skills install, it's going to run a script to install the different skills. And so the skills for this are defined. There's a whole bunch of skills for iOS that are in here that are super useful for you. Because I just got tired of like saying, okay, get this URL, I just kind of bootstrap them together. Let me see if I can find the actual skill. No, that's a different one. Plugins. Okay. So the skill files that you want are in here. So these are all the different skills that you'll get for iOS. So Paul wrote a great article. If you haven't had a chance, definitely follow Paul. He's like one of the leaders right now with Codex and using Codex with building an Xcode and iOS apps. Amazing human. I got to meet him before he blew up. He's been blowing up. He's even in one of the recent Codex videos. I love the work that he does. He has a new timer app that he's launching, and highly recommend to follow. Really, really useful stuff. And here he basically goes over the skills you need. So the first one is Paul Hudson Swift Foundation stuff. Just by installing the skills, this is all the stuff that I have included in it as well. Antoine has his Swift skills, and these are super useful for concurrency, testing, data expert. So just putting these in there, it'll pick them up. Thomas Record. It's funny because all these people have joined like Thomas just joined OpenAI. He has the liquid glass stuff, which is super helpful. And also this guy, the advanced Swift tooling, is also in here. So all of these you'll basically be able to get. And I have them all set up in my repo. So when you do the bootstrap iOS, it's going to run a script and then go ahead and grab the different stuff that you need for it. So in here, it's all defined for getting all the different skills installed from all the different repos. So you have all those skills installed in these different directories. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. It's, telling you to install 5 different things takes a long time. I just have a skill for a skill. So yeah, that'll save you lots of time. So let's go ahead and see where we're at with this. So where are we with this? So the architecture changed one important implementation to you. TurboState is now in its own compact public table, not appended to every racer row. That keeps the original multiplayer contract byte for byte compatible. Nice. The Rust module now tracks a actual connection ID. So the closing I'm regenerating the browser bindings for that final schema now. This is where the shift touch turbo becomes real multiplayer acceleration rather than just local effects. Sick. This is ridiculous. And it's literally reading the actual and writing the Rust files. This is just ridiculous. This is insane. This is AGI. How is this not AGI? How is this? Damn. I'm just reflecting. This is crazy. I'm just giving it, I gave it a goal, like to build this game. And it was like, maybe like, I don't know, 10 bullet points or something like that. And it's going all the way in, like all the way in. And I was like, oh, by the way, can you just put the back end in Rust? It's like, yeah, I got you, fam. No worries, bro. Like, I got you. Like 5 minutes later, sheesh, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. How many lines of total code? My app is hovering over 300K. Okay, bro. At this point, just get the spec out your whole repo, figure out what features you want to ship, put that in a whole markdown file and write a new spec. Start the app from scratch and build it with Sol, and it'll be 10K lines easily. Like you'll have a much smarter architecture depending on what you're doing. So yeah. 2 options for skills. There's global, which works best for skills used a lot. And there's project level skills like iOS. If you don't want to have lots of devs, you can put them as project skills. Exactly, yeah. What's the context window? 393 for the Sol one. I think it's, no, 300 and, where we go? 353,000 token context windows. That's a good question though. This is an AGI. It's good, but not AGI level. Mine, on the other hand, is 92 PRs with 18 hours. Bro, tell me that's not AGI, bro. Like, you wanted this automation forever, bro. Like, come on. Okay, so our versions of AGI have changed because these models have also changed so much, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. What do I think of Terra? I have not even got a chance to play with that yet. This is my little first look right now. Yeah. So I'll tell you more later. So what's happening right now is computer use is taking over my machine and is launching a browser and is now testing the Rust stuff, right? So it's testing, I don't know how it's going to test the connecting to racing network. I don't know if this is going to work or not. For some reason, my context window icon isn't there. You may have to slide it bigger because if you have it too small, it may not show up. So yeah, it's literally taking over my computer and doing the testing. This is crazy. And it's probably going to say it has a bug. Okay, cool. So we have this going. I want to see how my other app is doing here because we're literally doing an iOS app, right? So it's doing the requirements audit. It's backend implementation. I'm taking Convex backend workstream as an independent one, and I'll reconcile the spec. Wow. Terra isn't great, but Luna's pretty fire though. Okay. I wonder what you're using. Are you using Luna for classification? Okay, so here we go. So what it's doing now is I'm also applying the Swift testing skill for the model view suite. So its main influence here is to keep backend facing behavior behind testable protocols, so the missing convex credentials won't prevent meaningful unit and UI state verification tonight. See? That context about tonight and me not being available is very helpful because now it's rearranging what features it's going to work on. And also it's not going to trip on itself in this goal mode because it just knows it's going to want to optimize as fast as possible to just keep going. So it does make sense that the 5.6 models will just, like, you give it the direction go with goal mode, it just keep going. And then the context that you give it also is very helpful so that if it does get blocked, it'll be more intuitive as far as where it should kind of, move around, kind of like a river of water, right? So the local 2 changing is stronger than the spec assumed because I have the simulators, right? One concrete corrections, computer project is setting is Swift language mode 6, not literal 6.2. Got it. Yeah, so now it's doing some tool chain inspection. Yeah, this is cool. What's really funny is that I feel like the codex is implementing some of that wave stuff that I'm already doing. This is really impressive. So what's going on here? I think it's trying to connect to my network. Yep. Goodbye, Fable 5. I don't know. I'm really liking, so here it is. It's like limits, right? if you hit your limits, are you willing to pay extra? Right? Like, I'm curious to see how much I've used so far because now I'm running 2 of them, right? People are running more than 2. I can guarantee you this. I have 28% left, bro. Right? So I wouldn't say goodbye to Fable. I would just say pray to Fable for that reset, right? Like which card are you pulling out? You know, are you pulling out the Grok card? Are you coming back to Fable? Like I feel like you got to have the whole AI psychosis cards, you know. Right? You got to collect them all. You got to collect all the models. Man, this is like Boy Scout stuff, you know. I hear GPT-6 is about a month or so. What time? Yeah, I can't right now. I literally can't. 28% left, and then it's gonna reset at 3 a.m. So I still got like 3.5 hours left, and I got to go paddling at like 5 a.m. So, oh yeah, I don't know. Y'all got me tripping right now. All right, so if someone is using Luna, how are you using it? Is the Haiku equivalent of Codex? I wouldn't say Haiku, bro. I would say GPT-4o Mini, but better, because the mini models are really, really good at classification tasks. I use the mini models a lot. They're cheap as hell. Oh, it wants to connect to my network. Okay, perfect. The mini models are really good at just getting work done and being very thorough, like looking through a lot of CSV files. If you're doing taxes, just give the mini model your spreadsheet. It's not going to cost you that much. It's going to be very thorough. It's not going to run hallucinate. It'll double check its work and stuff too, which I really like. And so this is kind of where I'm thinking that's kind of where the Luna model will fit in. Lee Berry's also been using it as a power user, and I'm curious to hear what your take is, Lee. If you've been using it kind of for Luna. What's your favorite part of that? Yeah. A person who can afford a $100 sub, which one should you think you should go for? To be honest, I think you get the most value from Codex or from OpenAI. Mostly because they're super generous about resetting limits, and they seem to be doing it really often. So now it's back online. Yeah. Anyone think Luna is as good as 5.5 on medium? You need to use that reset. Oh, am I blocked? Being at sea at sunrise, love it. Sailing is more my style, but it's so cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Lee says it's too early to tell for the Luna model, so I'm curious to see. Let's see. I haven't even used a reset yet, so we'll see if we can do. I might have to stay on until we do a reset. 24%. Oh my god. I can't right now. I can't. Oh, I can't stay up because I need to be rested. I don't give opinions until I'm done with my due diligence. I totally agree. Man, you're speaking like a lawyer now, bro. You've been hanging around with lawyers too long. Oh, man. That's what's up. Yeah. Okay. 24%. Running 2 projects at the same time. We got... Damn, this is crazy. We're building our own iOS app. This is bonkers. Let me open this in cursor. I'm just curious. LOL. Should I review all my old code base with the new 5.6 models? I don't know. What do you mean by review? Like just code review or just like fixing things? Yeah, I would. I don't know. This might be a good time to just refactor / rewrite everything. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is the iOS app that it's working on so far, right? So we have the main app, which is just the Swift model thing. It's really fun working. This is crazy how much code it writes so fast. Damn, look at the way it organizes all the code. This is insane. What? Oh my God. It even wrote like mock data. It has a theme too. Oh, come on. Notifications too? Damn, Sol is a badass model. Holy smokes. Repository. Wow. You know what's really funny? It looks very React written like. It has a lot of shapes of React, which is really interesting. What? Look at all this. This is crazy. Wow. This is crazy cool. And even has a web component here. Yo, this is crazy. Okay, what is being tested right now? Whoa. So this is the rewrite in Rust. I was going to say. Let's see. Okay, this is cool. Wow. Oh my God. Can I turbo boost? Oh. Yo, this is really fun. Okay. Raise again. Like, I'm messing up the actual testing that the agent's supposed to be doing because the agent's supposed to be testing, but I'm taking over the testing screen. Bro. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is really fun. Okay, CPU's grab the power up. Okay, come on, bro. Yo, this is crazy. I need to grab power up. Oh, I see. My controls are being overridden by the actual agent that's testing my app. Yeah, I was with the same. It looks very reactive. Yeah. I don't know about this iOS code. We'll see. I tried to create a Minimax version of Waves using M3. It should mainly use Minimax for most of it. ChatGPT. Okay. That's what's up. Better way to find bugs. You can, for sure. I would test this stuff in runtime. What's cooking, Jason? We're literally making two different apps. One is for the Canoe Club, which is for selecting canoes. It's an iOS app, and we also have a backend component with Convex. The second app we're making is a game, which would be basically our F-Zero. So F-Zero racing, SNES. So we're basically trying to make our own version. Oh my God, it thinks I'm a bot. I've been botted. So we're basically reproducing this thing here. So F-Zero is the one that we're kind of trying to reproduce, but we call it our F-Zero. And as of now, we're going to be using SpacetimeDB because I want it to be like multiplayer. So at the very beginning, everything went pretty well. And then I'm just kind of being super ambitious and doing some refactoring to make the backend in Rust. And so we have 24% left. I was trying to see if I could stay on stream before I can hit the limits. And yeah, we'll see what's up. I think so as of now, the iOS app has been running for about 24 minutes. And this is our full goal here. And then our other app, our F-Zero, has been running for about, how long has it been running? 20, more than that. It's been running for like a couple of hours, right? We've been on stream for 2 hours. Yeah, it's been running for 2 hours. Like 1 hour, almost 2 hours, yeah. And then we've given us some updates to do some rewriting. Yeah. Nuts. Absolute bonkers. Cool. So I think we're deploying. Next, I'm holding the real. Okay. How are this connecting? Yeah, fix that issue. So RF-0. Let's see. Let me close this. It's got all these windows open. Okay. I'm just closing everything. I don't know where my app is. There's noise being made somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. Is it here? Look at all these games. Tick schedule. Wow. Room. Look at all these rooms. Oh, I see. Is there a game being? I'm trying to find where the game is being played. I cannot find it. There's a game being played. I can hear all the sound effects, but I can't find it. Let's see. RF-0. Okay, so we should be able to connect to the race. Leave room. Ray. Yeah, man. Simon, thanks for joining. Yeah, we're I don't know how good this is yet. So I want to see if you guys can try this out. Yeah. I don't think this is the Rust backend yet, but we'll see what's up. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, if you use waves inside of Minimax with Terra, I have no clue what that means. Yeah. Xpost got wrong. I don't know. What happened? Hey, Ali, how's it going? Yeah, let's go ahead and join. See if we can join a game right now. There's a game playing. I just can't find where the game's at. Oh, it looks like it's controlling a Chrome browser. Let's go ahead and start a race. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, we didn't fix that yet. So it's still, it's just gonna, the fix is gonna land, but yeah, don't play right now. Let's go. I got turbo though. Yeah, so the changes aren't live yet, so it's still being worked on right now. I'm getting tripped up. D-Lo, you can't get me like that, bro. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. Yo, this is crazy. Okay, this is kind of fun. All right, I don't know where this browser is playing, so I'm gonna say stop using Google Chrome. I have no clue where the game is being played. I hear sound effects. Oh, I see. It's over here. Dang. So Playwright has its own window here, and it's currently testing this version. I'll turn the sound effects off. So I'll let Playwright do its thing. Okay. And then this is the current version right now. This is actually looking much better. Damn. Okay, this is pretty fire. Yeah. Yeah. The ship shouldn't be on the top of one of the LOLs. So yeah. Yeah, I'll add it to Sol. So the ships shouldn't be on top of each other. They should kind of collide and bounce off each other, because right now they appear to be on top of each other. Be sure to fix all these types of polish issues. Okay. I think it's not even done with the full goal, because it still has like a ways to go. So I'm going to send this over. Steer. So WebKit now holding the 50 and then 30 FPS. Turbo is authoritative. Speed rose. Okay. I'll verify the same team player load. Cool. Yeah, so here are the different subagents that it'll talk to, and it just keeps referencing them there. So, wow, this is really good. I can't believe it writes its own plans, and it's just like, cool, we're just going to work on these in its own subagents, right? This is an incredible model. I didn't have to prompt that. It just basically does that on its own. So the GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra takes advantage of subagents really, really well, and then we'll update the subagents on what it's doing so it stays on track. This is crazy. Are you going to do something with the game further, or is it just to test the Sol capability? Well, this is a game that I've always wanted. So I think I'm just going to use this as a, part of the reason for the stream is just to have a place to kind of hang out with y'all. Because right now, I've been having some issues with my MacBook, and I finally fixed some of that. But my main camera just kind of went down right now. And a lot of people are taking a look at the model, running benchmarks, or doing different things. And I just thought, I want to build stuff with it, and I just needed to take a break from my current building stuff, and I just want to do something a little bit more fun. And so whenever I do that, I like to have these games around and kind of build more on top of them. So as new technology emerges, or the models get better capabilities, last time we did something like this was November, where I built a soccer game from scratch. And so that's the assets and stuff. And backend was written in Rust with SpacetimeDB, Next.js front end, made it mobile compatible. There's a lot of work that went into it. It took 12 days, right? We didn't have this level of orchestration back then, and that was only in November, December timeframe. Crazy. We're in July. So This is like a really fun benchmark, and I'll definitely continue to improve on it. I think it's going to be really cool to see like how it actually ends up progressing and stuff. So it says, I made a version of Waves that uses Minimax agents instead of codecs. I use it inside of the Charger Codex apps with Codex app. What do you think I can use? It mainly uses Minimax agents. Flavin, can you put that into ChatGPT? And it doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what you're saying. I kind of can sort of get what you're saying, that you made a version of Waves and Minimax has agents, right? Like Minimax M3. I don't know about the using inside of Codex type of thing. Right now, I think this is kind of, I thought I had the sound off. Okay, I'm going to minimize the sound. Yeah, this is really kind of annoying. All right, so I turned off the system audio so that the sound doesn't play when it's testing, but luckily this laptop is in a different room. That's what we got there. So yeah, yeah, I think, I don't know if what you're saying is true, but so another thing that we're going to be kind of working on besides like, you know, watching this model do some testing, I think it's going to deploy, yeah, it's going to deploy the, we're going to get the, let's try out the latest version. Okay, before I get off the stream, I want to see if we can try out the latest version that gets deployed to the main cloud. That's really cool. Can Codex let us call agent manually? Yes. Yeah, you can tell it to run headless and stuff like that. Yeah. It's going to be really fun, Ali. Yeah. Okay, cool. Is it able to change the visual theme of the game to be more retro? Currently looks AI, yeah. Can you also update the theme of the game so it looks more retro? As of now, it just looks like AI neon funniness. You know what I mean? Feel free to do some research and figure out how to do that. Go forth and do that. Go model go. So do we have to reset yet? 12%. I might get blocked. So good thing we stuck around, because I might have to hit a reset, or I might just let it wait till 3 a.m. and it'll continue. Yeah. Yo, this is crazy. This is so crazy right now. I can't believe it. Damn. So did we get back with our F-Zero app? Let me check. Told you, need to reset. Yeah, Rust backend. Rust. That Rust though. Okay, Vercel. Where is my start local? What's it called? Is it even putting it to the right plan? I think it put it, got it. Deployments? Oh, it put it on the wrong project. So, okay. Wow. 53 minutes ago. Let's see, deployments. 40 seconds ago. Yeah, we have a new deployment. No, 53 minutes ago. Okay. I should tell it that it should use my team plan. Okay, cool. Also, when you deploy, you should deploy to my team, because that's where the pro plan is right now. Yeah. Okay. Can you move it over? Okay, so we're going to steer, and then we're going to steer again without interrupting the model. So there's a Rust backend subagent that just deals with the Rust backend. And that's kind of cool, because that's actually how you would normally work. You would have like the Rust guy, the 3JS render guy, the Safari guy, the GPU perf audit guy. And it's really cool how it's orchestrating it all on our behalf. That's amazing. Damn, son. Yeah, it did the collision stuff. Wow, this is insane. Okay, let me just copy text. Visit link. Okay. Initial impressions from, let's read what's going on with LeeBerry. Grok 4.5 is a coding agent. Really, really good. We pointed FirstMate plus Grok 4.5 at Matilda OS, private legal AI use case, and basically left it running. In 14 hours, wall clock, 50 PRs merged, 19 day one, 31 the next morning, full track ship, mono repo, registry Dropbox, retrieval agents, legal deadline, engine, front end, M5. I was AFK for a big stretch. The fleet kept moving without me, babysitting every step. That's crazy. This felt meaningfully faster doing the same multi-track build in Codex or Claude Code alone, not one infinite chat, a real supervisor workflow. How it actually works. I talk only to FirstMate, which is the captain's single point of contact. So if you're not familiar with FirstMate, GitHub. My boy Coriolis, aka LeeBerry, forked this repo and made his own like advanced version of this. And so he added a bunch more capabilities to it that works for his workflow. But the whole goal of this is you're talk to one agent, orchestrate many crewmates across your repos. So you're basically you as the captain say, fix the flaky checkout. By the way, investigate the CI failure. Also, can you refactor the next thing? Which is kind of what we're doing here, but this is like even more advanced, right? So then that would get handed off to the first mate, which is this guy. And this guy then starts to do the TMUX sessions and orchestrates them. So you would have to typically set this up by hand, and this is already done for you. And this is done in this GitHub repo. So I'll share it here. And then that way you guys can check this out. So this is FirstMate, super cool. And this is brought to you from, and like this is actually kind of breaks down how this works here. So this is how you can do like orchestration workflows. And definitely I'll have to dig into this because this is like super useful. You can see how many PRs my guy is merging. It's so insane. So FirstMate routes all the work to the domain, persist seconds, spawn crewmates, isolated lands, and no mistakes. Basically, no mistakes is another skill that's also referenced here. So no mistakes is another one. GitHub. So it's from the same guy. And with this one, this will just do all the checks to make sure all the stuff actually works, right? So that way you don't get a lot of hallucination. Yeah, and I think Lee's going to work on his own custom thing as well. So yeah, there's a no mistakes thing that you want to check out. Let's go back here. Starting order would be auto merge when clean. So he just goes through all the steps. Harness split that made it click. Primary, second mates, Grok harness. So this is a configuration, right? And then the validation would be Codex with GPT-5. Only if you're using GPT-5.6 now. And if you use the Terra model or something for the verifications. Supervisor model is not the gate model, so it's a feature. Big up to Elon. Also, yeah, the infrastructure is basically inspired by this guy. Definitely must follow. Level 8 engineer at Meta, Microsoft, Atlassian stuff. Cool. Retweet. All right, cool. I've done similar with Hermes before. I just rebuilt Droid missions and made my own, which opened several terminal sessions and then monitor them. Yeah. Okay. You're using Train Terra for the code review. That's really cool. Okay, your GPT version. Here we go. Hey, I made a Minimax only version of Waves that runs inside of Codex, which GPT 5.6 model Luna, Terra, and Sol should be the main orchestrator. What reasoning level do you recommend for my setup? Okay, so reasoning level, that's kind of what I don't really understand yet. I'm still playing around with this model, right? I went ultra just because of it just being ridiculous, but I would say probably high would be a good start. Medium to high. Yeah. If you're doing the main orchestrator, probably high. Yeah. Sol Ultra. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I guess if it's the main, yeah. Ultra could be overkill though. You could just overthink. So it's hard. That's why you have to test it. I think we're hit our limit. Let's see. Oh, 12%. Let's see. I think this is, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah. We're still here. Codex is terrible at orchestration. It doesn't rearm long-running tasks. Not for orchestration. In ultra mode, it seems to. It's just still long-running. It's actually keeping stuff on track. It's even spawning new active sessions. Yeah, I need a rest. I need to head out. Oh, we're out. We just hit the limit. I knew it. I wanted to stay on the stream just for this. So you're out of codecs work and work usage. Your rate limit resets at 3:30 a.m. Familia. We hit it. No. Yeah, we need to install like 5 skills for the front end. Yeah, I know, bro. That's what sucks. But I need to be a degenerate and let it go. You know, like I can't not, right? At this point, 0% left. This is too much right now. So should I use my reset for the stream? I got 4 of them in the bag right now. That's what's up. So I got 4, and the next time it's going to reset. So it's going to reset literally in 3 hours. So if I just let it wait for 3 hours, it will just continue on. Or if I reset right now, I don't know. I feel like I should save it. So here's the thing. The other model is still going. I don't know how it's still going. If that, you know what I mean? Like it's still running. I don't know. Do you see? It's still running the commands. Like I didn't do anything. Like I didn't reset it or anything like that. Yeah, just wait. Yeah. Wait. Don't reset. Your goal is still running. Yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking. Yeah. Use Pi with GPT Sol High or Ultra for orchestration. That'll give you much better orchestration. Codex does out of the box. Yeah, Pi. That's right. Ooh, Pi would be really good. I get it when it does project. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep waiting because it looks like it's still going here, and I think this is probably for newer requests. So, this is crazy. Yeah. So over here, we're still going too. I'm still, it's still editing files. It's still going. So how does it compare to Fable 5? It's too early to tell right now. I like the model though, to be honest. As of now, GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra, we went all the way to the right. We went all of the thinking, all of the everything. It could be possibly overkill for this, but there's no actual way to tell other than trying it ourselves. So I tried this for you, and you're seeing like the most craziest version of this. The reason why I'm even willing to try this is because I have a $200 plan, and I've already have 4 resets saved up. And as you can see, when I hit that reset limit, it's still going for us. So maybe the original request is still going to keep going in /goal mode until they shake us down to want to do whatever we need to do. I think any feedback right now for the OpenAI team, if you're actually watching this and you care, or someone who works there that cares, is there needs to be a better job for the types of tasks that I'm giving it, and to better understand where this is going to take me for, like if I set something and I say, hey, I'm letting Ultra do it, maybe there's some type of thing after it starts to scope the work saying, hey, we can save you 50% of your token usage for the next hour if you basically run this at this model rate that's slower, or we can then run it this type of thing on high. And if this doesn't verify after so many tries, we'll bump it up and give you some free intelligence or something like that. That would be an amazing trade-off, because now they're sort of being the router for you, but they're still letting you respect that limit, saying you want to do Ultra, and that's the first intent that you want to do. And so I want maybe something like that, where if these models are so smart, I don't always need it on Ultra. And as it's going, it should be able to figure out, okay, I've decomposed the entropy for this exact request, and now it's really clear that we've broken everything down into subagents. And depending on where we are with our subagents, for example, the Rust backend, do I need Ultra for the Rust backend to complete every single request that it's been doing for like 13 minutes? For the first task, yes, but the follow-up task to edit these files, like the ones that run for a couple minutes, like here, it only edited 54 files or 59 files. That could be done with a high or medium task or even low, right? So it didn't need that much thinking. It just had a really clear spec. And so there should be this way to like kind of do that type of thing fluidly. This is something I want to inspect in the new factory AI. They have a router mode, and I'm not sure about thinking levels and all that stuff, but this is something that I've seen mentioned. And I kind of want this adopted inside of Codex. That way, like, I'm just not, YOLO burning all these different credits just because, I kind of want it to be smart here. So that's what's up. Anthropic, who? Okay, so yes, Codex will continue the work until done, even when you reach your limits. The downside is when you have to validate or give an orientation. What does that mean? Validate or give an orientation. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that Codex finishes the job. I think that's the right thing to do. That's really nice. I added my agents to an MD. Yo, it did the redesign for us already. We're getting this for free. No way. No way. This is sick. Yo, this thing keeps getting better. This is insane. This is actually insane. Look at this. The browser has taken over. This is using computer use and it's taken over my whole screen. Let me actually start to control the screen or the browser. Let's see. What? Let me turn on the sound. Yeah. Hold on. It says hold shift for turbo. Oh, hold on. Let's go. This is nice. Look at this polish. And then it says turbo boost. This is actually really cool. This is cute. Yeah, W's in the chat. Oh my god, the shading looks cool. Yeah. Pretty please, can you make minimax versions of waves inside of Codex to save me on tokens? I'm almost out of weekly usage. So waves is not meant for saving tokens. Waves is meant for getting shit done, and it does burn a lot of tokens. So I don't know if I could save you on that one. Yeah. It's the economy intelligence to taste. Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting. This is, so you can see this little cursor. This is the thing that's going to want to test it here. The agent that's taken over. So the agent has taken over my computer and it's currently doing the testing and stuff like that on my behalf. And this should technically work on mobile. Rotate for the full racing view. Yo, what? Okay. I'm like messing it up. Oh, I think it killed the server. Yeah, see, it's like, this is crazy. Okay. Wow. This is insane. So the retro pass is rendering successfully in Chrome, and the first video create crot and fix 2 layout regressions. The clink. So there you go. It's just going to keep going. In goal mode, we're just going to keep going, even though I have a usage limit to hit. So both my apps are literally still going 5,000 lines later. It's just still writing all the code. And as of my understanding, it'll just keep going. And OpenAI is not going to shake you down mafia style for them tokens. They're going to say, yo. So now that my GPT 5.5 bottle has now expired, we'll give a moment of silence for GPT 5.5, and we've now moved on to GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra. So Sol Ultra is the one. I'm going to be reaching for Sol Ultra probably as a default now. I like Fable and everything. It's cool. It just seems excessive. And maybe if there's like some problems that Sol Ultra can't really tackle, I'll throw Fable at it and see what it can do. But as far as a daily driver, I like Sol Ultra right now, for writing Swift code. I haven't tested the code itself, but I'm really curious to see how it's going to do there. I'm very curious. Like, I'm just really impressed at the orchestration capability and even some of the creativity that GPT 5.6 has. It's been doing so far. Computer use is just off the charts. There's no one that can do computer use right now as good as the OpenAI team. They're phenomenal. So yeah, It's about as good as Opus 4.8. Yeah, try Sol Medium. Ooh, it's going to use your weekly limit, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know yet. Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy. This is cool. So this is just adding computers in. This is crazy. Start race. So this is right now, this is being driven by Codex. Codex is driving this browser, running playwright MCP commands to do what it's doing there. This is crazy. See, now it's running the server on main cloud. This is crazy. This is nuts. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe this is happening right now. Bonkers. May 6.0 rush for the next month. So they nerf. No. I don't think they nerf models. Wow. Okay. All right, fam. I need to go to sleep because I have to be up in 5 hours so that I can actually hit. Let me just mute this thing. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. I always appreciate it. Yeah. You guys are so fun, man. I like everyone on stream. This is kind of why I do it, because everyone in here is like really kind of on the next level and trying to improve their coding stuff. Also, it's not too frequent that I can kind of hang out with y'all on stream, because I know I'm in Hawaii and it's currently midnight. So other folks around the world, it's like lunchtime for them. And you guys are just seeing this model right now for the first time. And I don't know about you, but when you, what? Hold up. Okay. My app right now with Codex, it's now launched the simulator and we're testing this thing. Bruh. How, my God, this is insane. Look at this. Hold on, let me get the model up. This thing is, what? This is crazy right now. This is crazy. Yo, no way. It's like testing our app for us right now. So our iOS app is already ready to go. Oh my goodness, bro. I can't right now. I gotta up my screen mirroring. Yo, let's go back. Did it run any tests? This is crazy. Explore the sample crew. I'm available. I can paddle. What? Dude, we have our whole app. No way. And it has the glass stuff too. Yo, this is ridiculous. Stop it. GPT 5.6 Sol, stop it. Ultra, stop it. This is, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. What? This is fire. This is bonkers. What the heck? Look how clean this is. Oh my God. Can steer. Available members. You can sub out members and stuff like that. This is crazy. Damn. And then it says I'm in seat 1 and I'll be like, use. That's crazy. So I could just, in my profile. Oh my God. Notification preferences. Morning of the reminder. So I can get reminders. Like this is for the Canoe Club. So the Canoe Club, we built an app and Codex is actually testing it right now. And this is, damn. In 2.5 hours, we built, oh my goodness. This is mind blowing right now. OpenAI takes the lead from Anthropic. Sheesh. OpenAI and iOS win, man. Damn. Okay, that's impressive. And better than Fable. Thanks, man. This is, oh man. Yeah, Alan, you're in for a treat, man. This is what we do, bro. Like we cook. 11 a.m. Y'all are all over the world. Thanks for spending my tokens. Bro, I'm out of tokens right now. I got 4 resets though. But I can't believe that OpenAI is very generous about this, right? They don't shake you down. They said like, okay, yo, we're going to just I'm starting the secondary specialist now. I'm using Swift UI Pro and the Concurrency Pro review skills against the implementation, especially liquid glass composition. And so this is why I had all those skills that I gave you guys for iOS, is because now we're going to inherit that sauce. And it's just going to keep going and testing this for us. Because typically, like, I don't know about you, but I'm in love with goal mode. I didn't realize that goal mode was this good. I knew it was good, but it doesn't seem to be like, maybe because the model is also smart. So this is kind of combining everything. If you wanted to sort of reproduce everything that's happening on stream, we built two, like one basically a medium to large size app, which is a multiplayer game that is currently being tested right now. The second one is an actual iOS app for the Canoe Club that has admin details, steering, like users with multiple different types of account types and all that complexity. And what's happening is in goal mode, the new ChatGPT codex will go and build everything, test it and verify it, but be very token efficient about it in terms of like, it's just not spinning around doing stuff sideways. It seems to be smart enough to know when to launch certain things to do testing. So like we have multiple tests going on. We've redesigned the interface to include, to make it more 8-bit and like, you know, friendly. We rewrote the backend, you know, just by steering it. And it's now rewriting the backend in Rust for the game, you know, just to make it more performant. And taking a look, and it's doing its own testing, and it's actually controlling my computer to do some of the testing, as well as running a browser in Chrome here to do the testing via MCP. OpenAI computer use is the best in class right now. No one is even a mile away. Absolute insanity. And I think someone asked earlier if they had $100 to spend. I would say figure out how you can get one more of that $100 and then put that $200 into that pro plan, because you will absolutely cook with this model. GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra is impressive. It's like, I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. I was expecting more hype because of what I saw online, but these are actual problems like I want to make, right? Like the game with the multiplayer and have something fun to do that kind of takes my mind off of things. But the Canoe Club, I already had spec'd out. I had Grok try to build it. It kind of struggled. It did struggle. And Codex launched subagents really beautifully, super clean. And damn, and it's like it follows up with those subagents to continue the conversation. So one of the things, if you wanted to talk to one of these subagents while it's doing something, for example, in my multiplayer game, I was talking about the Rust backend and I wanted to talk to that agent. I just hit the plus. I find the Rust backend agent. You can just add them as well. Tell it what you want. You can steer that agent. And so when the Sol Ultra is running, it's using these guys as if they're experts, and it will then start talking to them and start to relay information that needs to happen. So this specific subagent worked on performance. So this was doing all this performance breakdown. Oh my God, it's logging into Vercel. Yo, this thing is crazy right now. Bro, this is scary. It's so scary how good it is. And yeah, it's literally controlling my computer right now. Oh, this is crazy. So you can give it computer use, use $ computer use, and then now it will control your computer. You have to enable it in some settings, but then you can also enable this when the computer's locked, and then you basically turn your computer into like an open claw, and it's like very, very powerful. This is probably the most impressive thing that I've seen. So you verified the lobby deploy. This is crazy. This is insanely cool. Okay, cool. Wow. Absolutely amazing. And we hit our usage limits, and it's going to reset at 3, and we're still going. And I still got 4 resets left, so I'm just kind of leaving it be its thing. So yeah, Cursor's table harness compared to Codex is very different. It's very different. Yeah, man, y'all are cooking with this. So you're using Codex instead of like the CLI coding agents? Yeah, because of the orchestration. It's so beautiful. It's really nice. How are you cooking like never before? I'm not cooking. The models are cooking for me. I just yap. I'm a professional yapper. Like are Are they giving you a bonus for buy? I have no clue. I don't think so, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Lee Berry mentioned that because I was using Cursor with the Grok model, that I should use Grok code, which I do have access to because I'm paying. I think I paid $300 for it. And when I tried to cancel, they said, "Hey, we'll let you use a plan for 3 more months if you stay on." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I'm supposed to cancel it by next week, but we'll see. Yeah. So I don't know. So we'll have to check that out. Tebow said that they will reset limits twice over the next 24 hours, so 4 hours ago to celebrate. Okay, if that's not an incentive for you to spend that $200 on the pro plan, I don't know what is it, bro. Like, that's your time. This is your sign to go all in. This is your sign to like stay up all night. I'm up past midnight. I'm never up this late, and I really hate taking advantage of my sleep. I might have to sleep in tomorrow, but I want to go paddling in the morning because I normally can't do that on the weekends. Friday's like the last day I could do it in the morning, so I need to get my exercise in. Otherwise, I'll probably hit the gym and do some weights, which I might do. I think I might do that. Hit the gym, do some weights, because I think I'm done shipping software for tonight. Because I don't ship software anymore. My agents ship software for me. I'm so impressed with this iOS. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. I can't believe this. I can't. I really can't right now. I'm just kind of blown away. What is this? Wow. Look at this. Damn. This is the boat that I'm gonna go on Saturday. I'm available. This is the crew. Damn, this is good. This is too good. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think, okay. Here's one big lesson before I pop off the stream. Is I think now I'm having a moment where I would put off a lot of projects because I didn't want to go through the pain of having to hit like 50 different chat windows to accomplish my goal to ship software, either to get the first prototype up, to get the second iteration fixed, to go through performance issues. I think the burden of being a software engineer before has really kind of triggered a lot of my ways that I want to maybe use projects. So I'm having to remove all those layers away from it. So sometimes that's probably why you see younger people who are new, who have never had a lot of experience shipping software, just making crazy stuff, because they don't even know that they should be thinking about certain things. They're just prompting it into an existence. And so I'm reminded by that again, and this is with the GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra, that I think if you go into goal mode inside of ChatGPT Codex with this Sol Ultra model and just tell it what you want to make, it will make it. Don't worry about the testing part too much. Don't worry about whether you have the right skills. Like, you could even tell it to find the right skills at a specific, skills repo or something. They help, but we're at a point now where I think don't bring any extra burdens into the things. Like, whatever you had before, just throw it out the window. Think bigger. Think what other things that you want to do. So now, like, the fact that it can make a game that took me 12 days to make in like an hour. We had a playable demo in 30 minutes. We're rewriting the whole backend in Rust in like 30 minutes. Like, this is like blowing my mind right now, right? And like, normal developers would take like months to do that refactor. I was like, oh my God. And that's just like not even, it's kind of a new. I'm out of words, because at first I'm sleepy, but the second part is that times have changed, and I think it's time to think bigger. It's time to tackle bigger problems, go after the big fish. Just don't look back. Don't look back. You have these cards with you. Those cards are symbolic. This thumbnail that I made is very symbolic, because those are the magic cards that you need in this new era, in this hot boy summer, this hot AI summer that we have right now. It's go scorch the earth. Go solve the next big problem. And I'm gonna dream really big tonight because, damn, this is amazing. I hope that somebody that's watching the stream can feel a similar sentiment and start dreaming big too, because this is the channel that we're going to be dreaming really big on to solve some really big problems. Health is a big aspect of my life. My brother is 404 pounds. We're going to get him to 200 pounds. He's going to be half of his body. And we're going to use these models to help us all along the way, right? He has type 2 diabetes. We're going to figure this stuff out. And we're going to make some really cool stuff, right? I used to be 280 pounds, now got under 200. I'm at 198 now, right? So as of the last time we started this stream, when I started this journey 3 months ago, I was at, 205 pounds or so with over 25% body fat. Got down, when I did a DEXA scan last month, it was around 21%. Now I think I'm already under that, because I've been losing more fat. And I'm trying to get down to 10%. So I still got quite a ways to go. And I'm going to be making various things. I'm going to dream really big because I want to share that back with everyone else, right? I want to be able to give back and teach all the learnings and things so that you can have these resources and use that to your advantage, right? There's no reason why we should have these diseases, obesity, and all these different stuff if we have these types of intelligent models that are available to us right now at the capacity that they're at it right now. So this is the time to dream big. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. This is crazy. But it's changing the way that I think about software in the way that I don't think I've seen before, because I didn't have to really be explicit on the types of tests that this agent needed to do. I didn't have to be explicit on, a lot of different things. And sure, things are not going to look polished or do whatever, but already from what I've been able to see just in a couple of hours, I have not had early access to these models. This is me playing with them right now. You saw all my reactions in real time. Very impressive. From Swift to a full-on game with SpacetimeDB, rewriting the thing in Rust. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What a time to be alive. I can't say anymore. Let me get to some of these comments because that's what's up. It says, damn, only 3 likes. What's going on, y'all? Sleep right. Take care, rest, man. It's 4 p.m. in India. Wow. I have $100 ChatGPT, $100 Claude. So just cancel the Claude and go full ChatGPT. I don't know. I think you'll find out more in the next couple of weeks. Rebuild YeeBall with a goal. That's a good challenge. That's a really good challenge. Rebuild my soccer game with this goal. Spec it out and then rebuild it. I agree. Yeah, you're speaking my thoughts. Yeah. Hit the likes, subscribe. I feel like I'm trying to change things up on YouTube, and I want to do more lives. I think I have to be live more often because we're in this era that is too precious. Life is literally changing right in front of us right now in the most amazing way possible. And anything that I've had previously, all previous assumptions, I'm just throwing those out the window right now because I'm just looking at this screen in front of me and I'm like, yo, it's doing a concurrency review. I did not ask it to do that. Look at what it's doing in the sub agents for 6 minutes. I've been it's been there's a sign that's in front of me that says it's like somebody put a big sticker on my windshield and says, Ray, you can't drive this car. But if you look over here around the screen, you can then drive your car. So my head is literally sticking outside of this car window, and I'm driving codecs right now from my head sticking out the window, if you know what I mean. I can't see because my front windshield is blocked saying you're out of codecs and work usage. Please come back at 3 a.m. Basically 2.5 hours from now, and then you should be good. But look, they're still letting you drive. So I'm just literally sticking my head out the window. I'm just like, yo, we're pulling up right now. I got codecs on. My head's out the window. I'm trying to drive. I can't see though. The rain's hitting, flash in my face. This is where we're at right now. That's insane. Yeah, Ray Fernando Philosopher. Software engineering front end is done. GG peeps. It's not done. There's so much more craft. But tackle the hard problems. Go big. Like, go bigger. Just when you think you've gone big, bro, let's go bigger. Yeah. Let's check that right now. I'm curious. 74% left still. I mean, that hasn't gone down. I'll leave it up here for a little bit, but I'm getting free usage basically. Low key. I had no clue. /goals is amazing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. Yeah, we've been cooking. We have been absolutely cooking. All right, fam. I'll have timestamps in the description below. Like I said, this is a time to dream bigger. Throw away all previous assumptions. You're in a new era right now. Whatever you're thinking that you want to bring into existence into the world, whether it's for you, whether it's for the Lanikai Canoe Club, whether it's for your family members, whether for whatever you want to do, man, I can't believe we are in this era where these machines are actually taking our intent and continuing to work through to just keep pushing from games to like an iOS app, all in parallel right now. It's so crazy. Yeah. So you did not miss much. You missed quite a bit, actually. Just join. Don't leave now. Jason, come on, man. You just joined, bro. You were just on earlier. Magic airdrop tokens. Yeah. Man, this might get full. Yes. No, actually, this is my first look at the model. I wanted to save the reaction for you guys. You know, the fact that you guys are on here is kind of like a big treat actually for me. Because I got to talk to someone. But look at this, bro. Jason, check this out. It made this app just off of Yap. So like I got a Lanikai Canoe Club app, you know, for the whole club. Just on one prompt, bro, with goal. Come on, bro. Look at this. We got everything, bro. Look at the way this with the glass and all the animations. Yo, tell me this is not clean. It crashed. So yeah, I'm gonna let it do its thing. It's rewriting my backend in Rust. I got the iOS app going for the game. We got the games going. We got all kinds of stuff going on. This is ridiculous. I think RF0 is RF. I think the latest code changes are in. Let's see. Let's see if you guys can play. Yo, Sterling, where you at, man? Thank you for joining the stream. So good to see you here. But this is extremely cool. I'm coming right now. Which one is better, Sol or Fable? SOL. SOL is daily driver, easy. I got some sauce for you on Pebbles. Yeah, this stream was lit, right? This stream is ridiculous. Brian Johnson would be telling you sleep. Yes, I know. Right now, we have to play games, right? Crazy times. This is crazy times right now. Y'all need to join in right now on this code. So click this code in the description right now, and put in this code G6AXNY, our RF0, and let's go ahead and play because I need a couple more players. I want to see how this is going to be doing with the real time, the latest changes, because Codex has been cooking while giving us some free credits here. So let's see what's up. Okay, we got Sid. Who else is going to join the race? We got Austin. I want to see if the performance worked better. I only have Android trying to build a mobile app for an internal management system, but hasn't been going so well. See if you can find some good skills for you. Oh, we got Nick Diaco. Okay, let's go. I'm going to start the race. Jeebus. All right, let's start. Let's see. Can I cook everyone or nah? Let's go. Oh, it's so slow. No, I'm so sorry. I did not want it to be this slow. Okay. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. Oh, so the new RF0 is not online. My bad. These changes haven't been pushed yet. Oh, I can't steer the model because I'm out of credits until 3 a.m. Funyuns. Okay, so the new UI should look like this, and we don't have the new UI. My bad. So we will have it soon. Stay tuned. Yeah, I think this is how the new UI should look like, basically. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Because then you can hold shift. Yo, this thing's crazy. Actually, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'll let it do its thing. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so more. Stay tuned. More soon. We're gonna have this update tomorrow. I mean, the app is still being built right now. 2 different apps in progress. I've had this big giant sticker on front of my window here saying I'm out of code credits, but we've been yapping for the last couple of hours, and it's been in goal mode for us. So I'm gonna wake up, and it's probably still gonna show the same usage. Yep, it doesn't even take away from my weekly usage. Yo, okay, I'll have to give it up to OpenAI. They are the MVP of the stream. GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra inside of Codex. If you give it goal mode, is beast mode. Next tip is use computer use. Computer use is your friend, especially for testing. Really, really incredible. I did Ultra because I had tokens to burn. I'm curious to see what high and other models do below that. And this is what we've kind of done first look. We've got a multiplayer game. It's been rewriting the backend in Rust, redid some of the UI. That stuff is looking pretty good. I had a whole spec'd out thing for an iOS app for the Canoe Club. It's already launching and building that. And it's going through the several iterations. It's launching. Codex is also really good at launching sub-agents to do work. So those sub-agents take on these different roles. And those sub-agents are even doing testing on my code. For example, fixing concurrency issues with Swift. Super impressive. I was using Opus 4.8 Max thinking for that. Now that's way cheaper. And then like this thing can run long horizon tasks. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff. So crazy that the models are that good enough for us to kind of hang out and do these things. What if you'd VPN into SFO? It's 3:27. It's actually 12:30 here in Hawaii. So I'm chilling right here. We see now why they print billions. Yeah. Special influencer permissions. I don't know, bro. Yeah, Jason, I'll also put timestamps in later. Or I'll probably do that, right? Yeah. Ray's still grinding. Yo, I'm trying to be the Kai Cenat of like AI streaming. Let's do it. Yeah, everything's still inverted. Okay. So I think we're going to basically make this happen right now. My agent's still doing the testing for the game, and probably later on, whenever in the middle of the night, it'll just, deploy it and do whatever it needs to do. So it's still doing some testing. I'm not even driving this test. Literally, this is just me hands off. It's the agent is sending the commands in and doing the testing here. It's even flashing shift and everything. That's so crazy. It looks really cool. So yeah, stay tuned. The update will be coming in for F-Zero soon. So yeah, that's what's up. All right, y'all. It is really time to go to bed. It's 12:30 here in Hawaii. I appreciate everyone who's on the stream. Thank you so much for all the support that you all have been providing me. And, it's really amazing like that we're just kind of able to vibe out here. I'm really in this new era for my life where I'm just trying to redefine things and trying to pull things in the direction where I want to solve much bigger problems. And it doesn't really require, I think it doesn't require a lot of engineering knowledge now. It's going to be requiring more of like, am I passionate about a problem? Maybe this is the way we want to think about this, like today, kind of reflecting back again. So are you passionate about a problem? Is it something that you have a burning desire that you must see before you die and leave this earth? Like, that's a really good thing. So if you're passionate about a problem and you must see this resolved before you leave this earth, I think this is a good time to take the GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra and just go to town with that model. And in my case, not only do I have a lot of ambitions and goals, but this is the time to really just go all in on that and just chase those big dreams. And don't let anyone else tell you what you should be dreaming, because your dreams are only unique to you, and you can take these types of ideas and implement them. And if people tell you otherwise, that means that they can't see it from themselves, and you don't need to convince them anyways. You just got to do it because you have the power now. Damn, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Like, I'm still 0% left. with 74% weekly usage, and we're still running. We're still running. Good to see real use rather than hype. I built something special for me while I slept. Killed a massive PRD. Easy, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been this way for a while. It's more about architecture knowledge and developer knowledge. Yeah, and more so as we progress, for sure. Yeah, you guys are killing it. So, yeah, this is so crazy. All right, y'all. Cool. Thank you so much for everything and all the support. I'll be back later today with more building. All right, y'all. Peace out.